I said it.
Yeah.
I was risking it.
And I'll say it. I hate the chat, and I hope they hear me.
No, he's not live yet. Right?
We might be. It does say end stream.
Here we are. That actually might be what started
I
the stream.
hope it is.
I hope so too.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know if they heard that.
I don't know.
Dredge, they heard you.
That's awesome. That is so sick.
Hey, I've been caught. I've been caught.
Yeah, if Dredger...
Well, nobody else said it.
That's
So.
all right. Hold on. I might have got away with it.
might-
I think
Dredger's
Dredger's lying.
Yeah,
Dredger's lying.
Dredger's lying. He's always lying.
Hey,
That's what I call him. Lying Dredge.
lying dredger.
Are we actually live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's. This is episodes 110 and 111, re-establishing contact. Thank you guys so much for joining us, making us a part of your. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Yeah, making us a part of your. Wednesday nights.
Week, Wednesday night.
Yes, week. Thursday. We appreciate all of you guys. This is gonna be a good one, man. We got to go over 110. We got to go over 111. We're gonna preview episode 112, which of course is gonna be the duel between Yuhi and Damamu. We'll make our official picks for that duel as well, and we will talk about the news that broke today that the Go Rush dub has come out, and they said 151 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. That's what we got.
Interesting.
What does it mean? We're going to discuss, and I'll tell
What
you
does it all
why it
mean?
is a waste of time to talk about it. It is complete horse. I mean, there's nothing to it. We'll talk about that later, but it's a non-story. It really is. Anyway, Pete, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. It's good to see you. How are you?
It's always great to see you. Nick T, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Good,
I
dude.
feel good.
Cal, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to address Dak said it has to be a bit how oblivious we are to going live. No, Dak, it was lagging and
was
just
really
not,
bad
and there was
tonight.
just a continuous loading circle.
It is also the factors of a 6-year desktop that was pre-made at Best Buy that I bought.
pretty good.
The fact that
don't
it's
do
still
it.
going,
Don't.
this desktop
now,
could blow up.
You're jinxing it right here.
This desktop could blow up tomorrow,
Yeah.
and I got my money's worth.
You definitely
But
did.
times 5.
You definitely
I mean,
did.
it could blow up during the stream.
I mean, no.
All right.
It is unbelievable that this desktop is somehow still kicking it,
I'm
especially because I
surprised.
only run it one night. I only run it for 2 hours every week.
Honestly, that might have kept it going.
Maybe.
You have a
Maybe.
Windows update though. That could kill the whole thing if you do it.
Yeah,
might be
that's
end
why.
up,
That's why I don't do it.
yeah.
But
You probably should.
Absolutely.
anyway, we have a lot to talk about, and that does not limit us to talking about the duel between Epoch and Sabu. As Epoch getting her first win of the arc.
Woo!
That was the last duel that, of course,
Yeah.
we picked. Pete and I
Yeah.
picked Epoch.
Hey.
So
You're a smart guy.
I'm
Oh,
at,
no.
hey,
Oh, no.
hey. So are you.
Hey.
So I'm happy about
What does that
one.
mean? I am.
Of course, we
Idiot.
we did not pick Yugioh Yudias because we did an After Dark last
To
week.
be fair, I think who would you have picked?
I think I would have picked Yugioh.
I would have picked Yugioh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So I think
would've
that
been-
one
yeah.
would have been an across the board dub.
Yeah, I think so. I imagine.
I
Well,
picked him actually in your stream on Twitch before the duel started. I was like, Zuijo's.
Yeah.
If bro comes back from the dead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's losing.
Yeah, well, then also, like, I thought that he might use a card that the Dark Meister maybe gave him or the Dark Man gave him. I actually didn't even think about Contact Fusion while I was watching.
Yeah.
But when I saw Contact Fusion, I was like, yeah, that
That's
makes so
over,
much
yeah.
sense. So we're going to talk about all of that. And by the way, we might only have 3 episodes left of this arc, assuming this is a 13-episode arc.
don't
Episode 111 was episode number 10. So we might only have 3 episodes left, which is crazy considering Dark Meister is a huge mystery. Yuamu is a huge mystery still.
Yuahu?
Why is Zuijoh revived? Like, there are still a lot of things that we need answers for.
There's
And
even more than that, right? We have the Damamu question
Correct.
that's floating around.
Yeah.
What's with the bread? I mean, there's a lot of things going on.
yeah.
I mean, they can address it in 3 episodes, but
Of
it's
course.
going to be quick.
Yeah, and we'll see. I
If
feel
that's
like
the case.
I feel like at the end of every arc, though, we're always talking about this.
Yeah.
Whether it's
we haven't
here
learned
or
our
the-
lesson yet.
No, we haven't. Where we're talking about, and by the way, they'll give us answers to some things and not answers to like everything. That's what they do, and I guess that's good writing at the end of the day. I do want to thank everybody who donated and or super chatted in the last episode of Crazy Eights, which was, of course, 2 weeks ago. A massive thank you to Jack Knight, Jack TCG VCG, Sean Gilbride, ZX, Colin Cleaves, Pick Rick, Electric Kevin, JR Glenn, Shark Messiah, Dark Emperor J, Lorena, Angie, Crystal Golden, Pink Penguin, Mommy Monabu, Aura, Doofenshits, Brian Ford, Rovian Space Poem Fan 420. Huge thank you to everybody who supported the stream in that way. It is never expected but always appreciated. And there's 2 ways to donate. You can either use the super chat function on YouTube or the link in the description. A much larger percentage does go to me directly from the link in the description. But if you're comfortable donating, would not expect it at all, but it is always very, very appreciated. So thank all of you guys, as always, for your incredible support. Who wants to begin? Epoch Sabuus. I don't really want to spend much time on that. And Yugioh versus, well, I'm just being honest. We could quickly graze it. Epoch versus Sabuus. But the main point, did anybody like 110 more than 111?
No, but I still liked 110.
I did.
still
I know I liked
it.
it. I didn't think it was a bad episode. I'm ready to talk about Yugioh, but you know what? We should do a service to Epoch.
You're the old cart before the horse.
You're right.
Yeah,
we should do a service to Epoch and Sabuus. Would any of you gentlemen like to start?
I think Cal should start us off.
It's funny. I was gonna say I'll start.
You can start.
Yeah.
Then you should. Then
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah.
I felt the energy.
Yeah.
What do you think of
it? It was dark energy. That's what you're feeling.
Cal.
So do you want me to do both or just one?
I guess go over both
Okay.
one at a time.
Bofa.
All right. So 110 Epoch versus Sabuus. I thought the duel was good. I thought that it was a little strange that they were just still on partner, but then obviously it made more sense when you realize that's where everybody's going to show up between Sabuus and Yugioh. But I thought Epoch kind of deserved this win. She didn't cheat with her dice rolling. So
Yes.
she's learned now to not
Yes.
cheat. I also think that it was the duel itself, it could have gone either way. Like when I was watching it, I still wasn't really sure who was going to win, which is just something I enjoy because a lot of times you can kind of see the writing on the wall in a duel, like who's going to come out on top. But it could have gone either way and still given a similar result at the end because if Yugioh showed up, nobody would have cared about what Sabuus wanted anyway.
Correct.
But just the way that episode ended with Epoch getting her win and then Yugioh just kind of walking out of the shadows, I was so happy I watched these two back to back because it really fed right into the next episode and 110. I even said to you before I had watched 111, I was like, I watched the first episode because I didn't watch them like right away back to back, and I was like, and it was really good. And you were like, just wait for the next one, and I was so pumped, so I was really excited to watch it. And then 111 was, first of all, congratulations to you because you said would Yugioh and Yudias duel again in the show, and we all were like, maybe at the end of the show, and you were like, I think it's going to be soon, and boy was it soon.
That was one of my rare accurate predictions.
That was a dub. We had
Rare dill dub.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Rare dill dub in the
That
chat.
was a game of buy, sell, hold that we
Yeah.
did. That was an end of the season question.
And you were fairly confident. I respect that.
Yeah.
We're fair on this podcast.
Yeah, I think-
when you're right, we tell you.
I think
doesn't happen often.
we held and said it could be a duel at the end, but you were like buying like this season or this arc or whatever you said.
He made out with
So-
some big GameStop stock
Yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah. You hit the nail on the head. But I loved the episode. I almost wish we got, as I was watching it, I wished we got more back and forth dialogue to if Yugioh kind of knew how he came back or if he knew what the Dark Matter Empire was up to. But the whole episode kind of went the way where he didn't really, it seemed like he didn't want to know or cared to know, where he was just like, why, like, where's the curry bread? Like, I'll go get it. And she's like, don't you want to know why? And he was like, I serve you. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, like basically like doesn't matter. And to me, when he said that, I was like, he's got a motive. Like he may have just fallen into space time. This is where he ended up. But once he spotted that scarf on the cat, he kind of knew he had his own plan ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then, the duel, phenomenal between Yugioh and Yudias.
It always is.
I would have thought Yugioh would have won, like you said, if we were able to predict it. Sabuus being absolutely infatuated with Yugioh.
Oh yeah.
In such a way, like the bot was obsessed with Sabuus until now. She
now
also her gaze has switched to Yugioh as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just so captivating. I mean, even with Sabuus in the episode before trying to like mimic Yugioh's voice, you know, trying to talk, and they're like, "Why is he talking
good
like
humor,
that?"
yeah.
It was really cool, and what I mean, the absolute end of the episode where she looks at the curry bread, opens it up, and is like, I've been had. Yugioh. Like, he's up to something.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's a twist I really didn't see coming, and I'm pumped about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very well said. Yeah, the question, the buy sell hold going back to episode 96, it was the question that was proposed: was this the last Yudias Yugioh duel? Pete held it. Cal, Nick T, and Dredge, you guys actually all bought it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I sold it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man,
The stock's tanked.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, there were people when Yugioh died that thought he was going to be gone the rest of the show.
Until the end.
Yeah, until the very end, or just gone. Thank the Lord that was not the case.
Oh, I
I
agree.
very much am thankful.
I think
This
we
sh-
said that,
yeah.
too. We're like, I
This
hope he's
show
not
is
gone.
so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
better when Yugioh is in it. It just, and that's not a shot at any of the other characters.
No, it's just what it
but
is.
Yugioh is just such a great vehicle to tell the story in a more serious manner than a lot of the other characters, I think, portray. And I think it balances out in a really, really well job. The comedic relief
Yeah.
that a lot of the characters bring. And I just feel like Yugioh is one of those characters that does elevate a lot of characters. Yudias being the biggest one. Because I feel like these Yudias Yugioh duels are all just really, really good. So yeah, there's a lot to be said about Yugioh. And you know, I kept saying that this season was gonna, or this arc, excuse me, was gonna heat up as soon as the Dark Meister got involved. That to me is what happened.
has, yeah.
And of course, it was just an added lucky benefit and bonus that Yugioh was also
Yugioh.
involved in that, because
Yes.
nobody really expected that. Nick T, do you want to go?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah, 110, 111.
So as far as like 110 goes, I actually enjoyed it quite a bit because even though we knew who was showing back up and presenting himself to our friends, because the episodes we watched them kind of back to back.
Yeah.
I thought it did some really great table setting in terms of presenting our crew with someone who was already trying to, like you said the phrase comedic relief. I didn't think it was so much comedic as like really
Sabu,
what's the word? Yeah, for Sabuus.
So-
Mimicking Yugioh.
More I will rescind that. More comedic I felt in 111 during the Yugioh duel
100%.
than 110. So I did speak
Sure.
improperly.
Okay,
there,
I see
yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, in 111 it's funny. In 110 it's
Right.
almost not chilling, but it's concerning.
Yeah.
Because it's
He's
like,
trying to become Yugioh.
He's trying to become Yugioh because someone has come in, is given their loyalty to Dark Meister, and is earned her favor.
Yeah.
And he's not either jealous of that, or is desiring that, or desiring Yugioh's power, which is
Yeah.
very clear that he has.
Definitely seems jealous. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
So it's like it was honestly, I think, a really cool moment moments throughout the episode, seeing him sort of trying to mimic that and harness that same kind of power and fail.
Yeah.
Only to like sort of be infatuated with Yugioh in like every way. I thought that duel was good, and like other than that, like not a lot happens until like the very very end when Yugioh walks through the door. But I thought it was important to see Sabuus because like it almost not sets us up for like dissent amongst the group, but almost like sets up a dynamic within the group that like we have a new player, and like our Darkmen are like recognizing that power that Yugioh has.
Yeah.
As far as 111, I mean that's phenomenal. I mean, I thought the Yugioh Yudias duel, that is sick. We got a new ace for Yugioh. Was it Dark Matter?
Enigma.
No,
No, not Enigma. Sorry, Requiem.
Dark Matter Requiem.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on, man.
I know.
It was great.
I know. It was really good.
And then like those comedic moments of both like CPT and Sabuus like loving Yugioh, Sabuus mimicking him.
Yep.
But again, like it does make me question like the not origins, but the origins of the Dark Men. Like it's almost like they have no true identity of their own.
Yeah.
Well, they're still babies.
Exactly.
technically,
Well, that's
right?
what I
mean.
it's exactly what I mean. Where it's like they're not established enough to like be sort of secure in themselves. Like they like him. Almost immediately adopting like parts of Yugioh's speech patterns, which he even admits was unwitting.
That's what younger kids do,
Yeah.
like when they're growing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
At the end of 110, he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I was doing that." Like
Yeah,
that's
his
weird.
jealousy switches to this like admiration almost.
Yeah.
in-
I like
in
that he
110.
realizes too that he's like, I didn't do all this for Darkmeister. I was
for
like,
Zwijge.
I did it for Zwijge.
Yeah.
And he loves that.
Yeah.
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 And it's just really cool. And then, yeah, seeing Yugioh sort of play it so cool, devote his loyalty to the Darkmeister, obviously being up to not obviously in the end, being up to something and delivering the wrong object. But it does question what's so important about, or not necessarily the curry itself, but what's inside the curry, because obviously Darkmeister doesn't realize until she opens the bread.
Right.
So there's something about that. And then what is then Zwijioh's whole deal with like where does he come into play there? So it raised a lot of questions. It makes me excited for what's to come.
Yugioh, just so good. From so many different perspectives.
I mean, he's electric whenever he's on
He
screen.
is electric. He's got exactly
Woogie, woogie,
what
woogie,
the
woogie.
rival characters always have in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
When they're on the screen, Revolver and Vrains, right? That was when we all watched, and it's the similar. Just when they're on the screen, it's like must-watch Yu-Gi-Oh television. It just
Yes.
always is. And Zuijio's got one of the best auras, that there is.
Right. I do want to say also they, outside of Sabu's relationship with him, they also set up an interesting potential dynamic with the other two, the one that says mommy and the cheerleader,
Zayed and Bruya.
yeah, because like they're kind of trying to talk to him and get him on their side and can't. And then to have the other two sort of give advice about that, I felt like was some kind of foreshadowing
Yep.
to seeing how they may now
I agree.
interact with him.
Well, I mean, you also set up such an interesting point with Sabu's character where if Zwijioh is called out by the Dark Meister as someone who betrayed us, what does Sabu's do?
Yeah.
Is Sabu's like admiring Zwijioh because of how the Dark Meister feels about Zwijioh, or is Sabu's admiring Zwijioh because of how he feels about Zwijioh?
Exactly.
I think it's very much the latter.
I agree.
And so does Sabu's then maybe go on Zwijioh's side if there is a rift? I think that's a very big possibility, and that adds an extra dimension to this group now, which is really, really cool. But yeah, Zwijioh, knowing how leadership works, knowing how, battles and wars work, to just not even question why Darkmeister wants the curry
Doesn't matter.
was one of my favorite elements of 111, where Darkmeister gives him the order, and like a very good obedient servant, you say, okay, whatever you want is right. I'm not going to question it. Let's get this done. That just
Simply
shows
none
you
of my
the intelligence of Zwijioh and the real life experience that he has with these sorts of like hierarchies. And so I loved that, especially in the episode. Before I get to my thoughts, Pete, 110, 111, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I mean,
Generally?
I don't want to repeat. I thought these two gentlemen here to my right did a great job.
Thank you.
I will say it's just we talk about how captivating he is, but I like how pragmatic he is. I like that. We joke about it because it does work as some comedic element sometimes, right? Like they're talking to him, the man literally walks away in the middle of the conversation. Like, he just- and I love the way they did it because we don't actually see him walk away in the shot, but I could hear his footsteps, and I'm like, he's walking away. And then it cuts to the next scene, the next shot, and I'm like, well, he's halfway down the hallway.
Yeah.
And I love that he does it because he exactly analyzed what he had to do. He came in, he knew he had to be obedient, even though we imagine it's all fake. He knew how to infiltrate because he is a soldier, and he knew who to befriend and who not to. He even took on, I love that he kept calling himself the Dark Man Zwijioh. He kept calling himself a Knight of Darkmeister, right? Even some of his cards had chance of it. Yeah. He took on the power at the end when he got the curry bread in 110. So
Yeah.
he fully cemented himself in there in a very short amount of time, and it worked perfectly. Now, what was in the curry bread that we imagine he kind of duped the Darkmeister with and took something out of it and then left her with just bread, that remains to be seen.
Yes.
I'm very fascinated. You know, Cal brought this up in the beginning of the arc. We talked about it a couple times, but like the fact in 110 that they directly, finally focused on the Dormammu stuff.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
Manabu was just like, all right, so every time one of these Dark Men loses, you multiply. You've gone to 8, then you came back to nothing.
Yeah.
Then Sabuus loses. Oh, you're at 2 again.
And the mom
What
in
is
that
going on with that?
conversation when she's just like, yeah, that's great.
Like I'm like, what is going on with that character? What do they represent? What could they serve unknowingly for the Dark Matter Empire or Yugioh at this point?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm very fascinated on that element. And Sabuus, I liked him, I guess, the most out of the Dark Men. But I like him even more after 110. And I know it's a little comedic gimmick, and he's with Yugioh, and he's Myers him in 110 and 111. But
He's the new Mexico.
but
No.
I don't know. Like I do feel like
That's
there
CPT.
there is some I do feel like there is a little bit of edge to him in some ways, and I don't think it's wrong that you look up to one of the best duelists in the entire universe.
Agreed.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I think there's a large possibility he stays around and kind of joins Yugioh's crew, even if the other Valkyrians get revived. I think he could become a part of them.
I agree.
I could see that.
I do agree with that. I think Sabuus is the one with the most depth of the Dark Men right now, for sure.
Yeah.
Now you can say, oh, well, Dylan, it's unfair to say that he's the one that got 2 duels. But I think the way that he's been portrayed
I liked him in the
and
first
being,
time he was
yeah,
in
him
the
and
show.
Zayat were the 2 that I liked the
Yeah.
most. Those were the 2 that stood out to
She's
me.
like
And-
warm for
Well, how do you feel comparatively to the other 2 with her?
definitely better
Okay.
because
So we have the same opinion.
I mean the mommy guy is
yeah.
a distant.
No,
fourth.
yeah, he gets-
I mean like is
Bottom
so
of the
far
barrel.
down there. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
like
no.
those type of characters. I mean, hey, you love that character. That's awesome. But like those type of characters very much irritate me.
No, they it
it
creeps
just-
me out.
Yeah,
to a
and it's
degree.
just I'm not for it. And it's like I can deal with some annoyance, right? Like I always liked Epoch.
Yeah.
And she definitely had a lot of annoying moments. So,
You like
know,
Shingo.
sort of,
Shingo's
but, you know.
cool.
But
Cool.
there are elements I can accept if I see other pieces of their
Yep.
personality. I don't see any with him. Like he's just,
There's
I'm
nothing
just like,
redeeming about
I
him, though,
want to
yeah.
watch him get bludgeoned in a duel.
No,
Like,
every
that's what
time, and I said
Not
this.
just
I
even
said this when I was doing the watch along. I said every time this guy speaks, my brain immediately is waiting for the next seed.
And I loved when you said that comment. I thought it was
very true.
I'm waiting for the next seed.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
He starts talking, and I just like kind of look around. And
It's like Yugioh.
You did mention Epoch. Wanted to mention her because I feel like we haven't
She's great.
talked about her too much. She was someone that I wasn't, the biggest fan of going into this season.
Join the train,
But
baby.
yeah, no, she's been really good this season. And this episode, I think, culminated in everything that I wanted to see out of her actually come to fruition. And what do I mean by that? Well, Caliber mentioned it. She did not attempt to cheat. I believe this was the first duel where she did not attempt to cheat, and it was her most impressive win.
Part of one of her
and her
champs
most
as well.
impressive. Yeah, you're right. And it was her most impressive win. So it's just a long story about, hey, cheating doesn't pay off. Believe in yourself, believe in your own skills, and you're going to get there. And she did. She got a huge win against Sabuus. So really, really cool moment for her. And she no longer speaks in riddles that Nicolas Cage wouldn't even be able to solve. And that's also no, but right, right, Nick T, you were someone who
I
didn't
know-
like.
I noticed a
was saying
trend.
that there were riddles.
No, and I noticed
Did
a
you
trend
know what she
with,
was saying?
With you,
Yes.
with you and Dredge particularly. You don't like riddle characters, right? Like Rovian or
This
Epoch.
wasn't
Like
even
you have to be matter of fact.
No,
with it.
I like
you can't
knowing.
use any literary analysis to look into the lines.
No, I like knowing what they're talking about.
No, yeah,
and
sure,
Epoch, I had
sure.
no idea.
Bro's
much like
never
Rovian.
taken a
No,
college
no, no,
English
no,
class.
we're not-
honestly,
no,
honestly,
no.
What? Well, what's
Dylan,
so wrong about
Dylan,
that?
Rovian was harder to understand than Epoch.
I agree with you.
Rovian
Okay.
spoke in her puzzle poems, whatever.
Yeah.
Epoch just spoke backwards. She wouldn't say what she meant because it was the backwards of what
yeah,
she didn't.
so she would
it's
just
not
say
a
like,
riddle,
"I
it's
hate
just-
you," which means I love you.
Yeah, but the problem with I had is you could never tell when she was speaking that way or not.
She always
Not never,
was.
but no. To your credit, sometimes there were moments
Right.
that were, but
So
no.
I just assumed everything she said was the opposite, and that made her kind of a bad person.
You wanted to say something else.
No.
But then you realized she was a child.
No, it made her a bad person. And that being said, that those traits are gone. She's great now, and I'm happy. I'm happy for her.
She evolved as a character.
She did evolve as a character, and that's what you always want to see. Something that Hunt never did. Mike back in 7.
I mean, that comparison
So that
is wild.
no, but it's true. It's true. He never learned from his ways. Epoch, it's great to see her
Okay, I
growth.
guess you could
She
say that.
feels like the legitimate captain,
reach.
and at times she feels like the smartest character on this ship. So Epoch,
She
well
is
deserved.
the
Yeah,
smartest character. on
I
this
agree.
ship.
I agree. So Epoch, well deserved, and I want to give her flowers here. She was great. And Rovian improved in my eyes as well in the last season.
I think she's great. I think
Yeah.
she's always been great, but I think now more people could come around to her.
Yeah, it's just we
I do miss a lot of the rest of the cast, to be honest.
No, me too. I miss the character that I miss. What's the character you miss the most?
That's a great question. I want to say Rovian, but
Okay.
I actually miss Goha Yuna.
I was gonna say
Yep.
Yuna.
I really do
I was gonna say
because
Yuna.
we left on such
Yeah.
emotional depth. She
Yeah.
was seemingly in a very, no pun intended here, dark place. I want to continue
I
that story.
fully agree.
I think we're gonna wait because I agree with you, and we don't have to get into this debate tonight. But Yuga's gonna come back in the show, so I think you save those storylines for when he returns.
Yeah.
I have a real one and a meme one that I miss.
Don't because I know you're gonna say Ron. So who's the real one?
Ron.
not Ron.
Ron.
He does
Ron,
like
Ron.
the
Ron
character.
Ron is the meme one. I would enjoy seeing Ron back on screen. She's a great character for the show. Still higher than Yumu at the moment.
That's
And then
crazy.
Zion.
Oh.
Yes, I mean,
Zion
yes.
is very captivating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You don't like Zion?
No, I like Zion. I don't think of him. He's not near the top of my list
Do you,
of characters.
do you
that I
miss Alfred?
No, I do not. I do not miss Alfred.
I was just checking.
Yuna is the one that I certainly miss the most, and I miss George Jersey. And I'm being serious. I
You
love
know what?
I
Yeah.
love the representation of New Jersey, and think about what I
You're not
went
gonna
through.
live in the state in
but
11
think
months.
about what I went through. The persecution I went through for saying that the Jersey Devils were going to be in this show.
Okay,
Yeah.
persecution's
No,
a
it
little,
was crazy.
That's a little
was
wild.
It was
getting-
crazy.
He was shown in the
to the
15th
point
episode.
when
he didn't go that
when
far.
Aura texted me, Aura of Entame Subs texted me, I was at the airport picking up Vree, and I started tearing up in my car when she
Okay.
told me the spoilers came out and the Jersey Devils are coming.
That's a little.
I started tearing up in my car.
If you started tearing up in your car, you should go back to therapy.
Luckily, I wiped the tears away before Vree came, but it was.
Now, how would you
Why,
explain
would
that
she
to
have
her?
shamed you for it?
No, the
would've.
first thing I said to her when she came in the car is I said the Jersey Devils are coming, and she didn't know what I was talking about, but
and she did try to go back onto the next flight home.
She did.
Yeah.
She did. And for some reason, she's still here and
Yeah.
said yes to marriage. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
that's
winning on all levels. I don't know
mean,
how, though.
What can you say, man? What can you say?
He checks into an NBA game in the last 30 seconds. He gets credit.
Big part of the win.
Jesus,
It's
dude.
unbelievable. But no, man, it's yeah.
Also, I want to add
Who do you
Duel.
miss? Duel. Well, Duel's dead, but yes, I
But yeah,
Rest in
if it's
peace.
miss him, yeah, he's
Hey,
dead,
he was
but
in the he's in the new
he is
opening.
in the
which is
opening.
interesting,
I
by
wish-
the way.
I was gonna bring that up too.
Yes,
The opening.
we do have to talk about the opening.
yeah.
So my reaction to the opening is up on the channel. Went up on Monday. My 111 review went up on Tuesday. So there are some Go Rush videos that I've uploaded this week. If you're interested in checking them out, of course. But opening 3
about that.
finally changes. I have a few thoughts on the opening itself, but I will start by saying this, and I've never felt more passionate about this statement that I'm about to say. Better late than never.
Yeah,
Truly.
sure.
You can say whatever you want, like, oh, it shouldn't have taken this long. Sure. But you know what? I'd much rather them do it where they get around to changing the visuals than not getting around to changing the visuals.
You didn't like Brand?
Well, at least, yeah. Well, that was a different. That was not updating the visuals, but yes, a thing with this is the thing with me.
Okay.
What's the
I
thing?
stand by what I said for the first 8 weeks that I felt that the opening we had, visually speaking and audio combined, was the worst opening in all of Yu-Gi-Oh.
did?
Or if you don't, top 3, bottom 3 worst opening because of
I don't know what I would put in
bad
there.
the visuals were.
might
I
be
don't feel
putting
that way
Zetsu
anymore.
Pick 1 in there.
I don't feel that way anymore because they updated it. So you get new information, your opinions change. This is now the true opening, so it's not one of the worst openings. So I do want to rescind that because I know I had said that, and I don't feel shameful for saying that. It's how I
shouldn't.
felt.
Yeah.
It's 100% how I felt. But they got around, they updated it, so good on them for updating the visuals.
When the parameters change, you're allowed to change your opinion.
Absolutely.
We don't hate
By the
you
way,
for
as a
that.
society, it's very important when you get new information, it's okay to change your opinion.
Yeah.
Nobody learns that these days.
That's
man.
I know, but that's like
It is.
so crucial
It is.
to growing as this, and not like going after people for their old opinions if when they got new information their opinions changed for the better.
Were you listening to the fan today?
I was not. No,
Oh, okay.
I actually wasn't.
Sal and BT were talking about
Really?
this because
Oh,
people
wow.
were calling BT out for.
How often are
his-
you listening to the fan now, dude?
He listens
I
all
always
the time.
listen to it,
But
but
it's important. You get new information,
Yeah.
you change your opinion.
that's
okay.
that was literally
Yeah, no,
what
but
he
that-
said.
but that
That's why
is-
I was.
Well, and they do all hot takes and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like normal. But
What's your honest opinion on a side topic of Zexel opening one?
Zexel opening one, I actually like a lot.
Me and Dredge mute it every time it comes on.
Really?
I hate it.
So you don't like the quick singing?
I hate it.
I like it a lot.
I can't do it. Really, actually annoys me.
I think people are pretty. I think people,
Yeah.
generally speaking, like Zexel
Right
opening
now,
gonna
that's
have to go listen to those
it's
things,
it's
sorry.
in my bottom 3.
one. Well, musically, you're saying because the
Yeah.
visuals aren't.
Yeah,
bad.
the visuals pretty good.
Yeah.
Just it's tough.
I will say if you don't like that opening, honestly, Zexel opening 5 Dualism of Mirrors, I do not like at all, and I know that's a very popular opening. So I guess everybody's got their Zexel opening they don't like, but Braving, which is the next one, is really good.
I've listened to all these songs separately
Yeah,
without watching
yeah.
the show, and I know that's a really good
Yeah,
one.
Braving is really
So I'm
good,
excited
and then
for that.
Soul Drive is the
Yeah.
third one, and that's really good too.
Did you get our emails?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah. We're back at it, bro.
No, I know. You're watching the Zexel
Yeah.
again.
You know
which
who we
is-
met?
You met Kaito.
We met him.
So you met
wow.
the man.
So you met him, and he had his duel.
Yeah, the 2-parter.
So what did you? What are your first
I love him.
opinions of
Oh, I love
Kaito?
him.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And Dredge said it. I don't know if you'll keep it when you edit it.
I'm
but,
sure I
like,
will.
This is a me character for sure.
Yeah, he's-
So-
He is one of the best.
I'm in.
He's
out
one of the
there
best in the
claiming
franchise.
souls. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
in.
he's one of the
Let's
best.
do it.
He's one of the
Let's
best in
do
the
it.
franchise, I think. Yeah,
I'd love to hear it.
cool. Well, the Zexel watch longs, we're gonna try to get those back up there. Thank you for doing those,
course.
and
They're a lot of fun.
yeah.
And I get to hang out with Dredge. So that's a
Oh,
good time.
that's true. Opening 3, visually speaking, anything that caught your eye? Anything you want to touch on? You can pull it up and mute it and watch it if you'd like.
I definitely enjoyed it.
We have the Darkmeister and Yudias squaring off in one of the
Yes.
shots.
Oh,
Go ahead.
one of the last shots.
CPT pops up.
CPT pops up in front of some things I don't like.
But someone,
cards I don't recognize.
yeah, those cards were used by someone. Now
Yeah, someone
now I'm
remind me. I was
now
like, who is this?
now I'm
And
questioning.
then CPT shows up. I'm like, what's going on there?
yeah
One thing I
is
kind of chuckled at
yeah.
was when they do the, I think it's like go, 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 like 1, 2, 3, and it shows the 3 different characters, and it goes Manabu, Epoch, Yuhi. I was just like, weird order, also kind of a
Yeah.
weird group,
Weird group. Yeah.
like a weird
I-
trio to put there.
This season started by having a very weird group. I thought
Yeah.
the group this season at the
kinda
start
like
was
it.
weird.
I like
UDS,
when you
UH.
mix
UH.
characters
Yeah.
together that don't normally interact.
Yeah, well, I felt very
It's a good
indifferent
use
on
of it.
Damamu, and then I didn't have the most positive opinion on Epoch. Epoch has grown favorably, and I
Yeah.
would also say
So is
to
Manabu.
Manabu's credit, yeah, Manabu has grown favorably as well, I
Certainly,
think.
I would say.
I don't think he's
Is there a
He's
grown-
still struggling for me, but we're getting there.
yeah, I mean,
there
I
a
wouldn't
growing
say he's
pro
good or
Manabu
great,
movement?
but he's not like
you could hit my sound alert. It's okay.
he's not like I don't think he's terrible anymore.
What did Pete say about him?
Is there
Oh,
a
that's not
growing
the right one.
anti-Manabu
Oh, it's still an
movement
anti-Manabu
in
one.
America?
Is there a
In terms of Manabu,
pro?
I mean, this guy sucks.
We
This
could
guy sucks.
change it to pro.
You have
I
to-
still love that you did that.
Yeah.
Is there an anti
Manabu
Manabu
movement in America. Yep.
Now there's a growing pro Manabu
Yeah,
movement in America.
and also the Kwai Duel being in it was interesting as well.
Yeah, I love that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Kwaido one it perplexes me, to be honest.
My least favorite thing is honestly the fact that just there's no new characters. I love when openings show, even if it's a
well, that's
silhouette.
what I kind of mean.
and I wish there was a new character.
What about
Yeah.
Yuumu falling in the middle of what looked like darkness?
And Yuhi going to
And Yuhi
well,
going to
that
save
one
her.
concerns me because Yuhi's saving her.
Yeah, because
It's a
she's
foreshadowing
trapped in the
moment.
darkness.
She's-
Yeah.
She's brainwashed, man. You just
She's
gotta-
the cat
gotta
with the
turn
ribbon,
that.
and she's just sitting
Hey,
there.
listen, it was an excellent theory. It's probably over.
I'm
bud.
holding on to it. I'm
Probably
holding on
And
to
this
it.
is
I'm
where
holding on to
Ron steps ahead of Yuumu in the girl tier
I'm,
list.
I'm convinced the more weeks that we do this podcast that someone is paying you for some Ron.
He's just
rhetoric.
he's
it. Yeah, I think he's
Someone you getting paid.
Say,
There's a
there's
sponsorship
lobbyists
somewhere.
out there for
the
sure.
Ron lobbyists have
there's
paid him
something
off.
going on.
They got him in their pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It sounds like there's a growing anti-Ron movement in this basement.
No,
and I don't like it.
There's no growing anti-Ron movement.
There wasn't a movement to start with.
We have to make sure
I was
that-
running with it.
that we're not hyping up characters beyond belief, right? We don't want to say anything that's crazy on this podcast.
Well, we
Well,
definitely want to say anything crazy.
all right.
Or hype up characters that.
I didn't say anything crazy.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
What?
Characters that we miss?
Don't.
The girl, the mystery. Girl.
Oh, the
Just
mystery
why?
girl.
Why did you have to do
no,
it?
because I want her back. I'm still holding on to it.
I made a whole video on it, man. She's got to be important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wait.
You said that about a lot of people.
If she's not important, that will be a pretty big disappointment for me.
Yeah.
What about Chupa Chupa?
He could die for all I care.
That has to be a new sound alert, please.
Shadowrum, I agree. People don't like hearing the truth, and the truth is Ron is better than Yumu right now.
Yumu's gonna be all right. Gonna be all right.
What do
I
you
hope
mean
so.
by all right?
She's gonna come. Was she gonna come back? She'll join the team, and
Oh, we'll see.
So they're gonna save her.
yeah, she's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
fine.
Yeah.
You don't want to be saved. Don't save. She doesn't want to be saved because she's the dark.
No, she's the cat. Bro.
No, she's the
But-
cat.
All things considered, with the opening,
Yes.
it looks nice, but there's nothing particularly interesting other than the Kwai Duel inclusion to me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I don't. By the way, I'm not
Like, it looks
blown
great.
away by
No,
it.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
looks great. It's fitting. I'm like, this is awesome. I love it how it looks. It's just like,
And I like that we did
I meant-
finally get actual
yeah.
visuals.
Yeah.
I just meant more like that. There was nothing that leads us to anything else.
Agreed.
Which is fine.
Agreed.
But like the only thing that I find interesting
Well,
out is
you know what is funny about that too? They could have just had this from the beginning, and we'd be like, "Who the heck are all these characters?" Even if they silhouetted them and then started to put them
Exactly.
in as it came along,
Yeah.
and then we wouldn't be caring if this is where they were at this episode.
Yeah, good point actually.
We would be like, "Okay, we got all the characters from the opening. There's still going to be one or two probably things that we don't have in here." And that's it.
You want else is interesting though, and correct me if I'm wrong. But so okay, this episode we get finally the new visuals for the opening.
Yep.
The inclusion of like was that bit at the end of the ending.
That was new.
That's new.
Mm-hmm. Of the guys.
What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's our three main guys, right? Yudias, Yuhi, and Manabu.
Oh, that's like button down shirt and tie.
Oh, I thought they were in bathing suits.
No, I think
am I misremembering that
you
shot?
might be.
Yeah.
So back to my theory of them all being in heaven. They're at a funeral
That's
dressed
right.
up in shirt and tie.
No,
That's a dark theory.
hey, we talked about it. You and I. agreed
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
I
It's a
said it.
dark
I
theory,
said it.
man.
It's a dark arc.
We
It's,
both.
it's the Dark Matter
It's
Empire.
it's the arc of darkness.
We did both.
So
no, Calibra and I were. In
I know. So what you're getting from the ending is that the girls are in heaven
Bye,
and are dead.
Bye, you
and Yudias, Yuhi, and Manabu are in a suit and tie, smiling, looking up
Well,
in
They're
memory.
thinking about the memories the good times that they had.
right. And if we recall, ending of Arc 5, a lot of characters smiling in there, even though those people dead.
Yeah, yes.
so we got
but
through
we
it.
don't
That's
want
a
to
little
reference that.
Yeah.
You got like the northern lights in the shot too behind them.
That's when their spirits are floating up to the heavens for the last
Oh,
time.
and you also have
Val Velgear.
Val Velgear.
It is a super dark theory,
Yeah,
and I respect
and
it.
I'll say Cal's. He's a little messed
But
up
I
for saying it.
I just don't buy into
I
it.
don't-
Well, it's not that I necessarily believe the funeral aspect of it. I just knew exactly what Nick T was thinking when he
Exactly.
said it.
Thank
like
you.
I
Thank
felt
you.
that too.
Thank you.
But I
But it
still,
is
I
weird.
mean, yeah.
Hey, let's throw this in. Just 'cause.
Sure.
I'll run with it, Nick T.
Thank you.
Let me
Yeah.
ask you this:
Those visuals feel like it's in a weird place.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
dead
I'm
set on it.
saying.
with the current information you have,
Yeah.
from the episodes, the opening, everything,
Yeah.
would you join the Dark Matter Empire?
No.
Would you?
No.
I really like Mochi a lot.
Would you do it or not?
He just wants to be Bruya's mommy.
I'm joining. I'm doing it.
Why?
Why not? They got listen.
Who's the leader?
Mochi.
It's Dark Meister right now.
Okay, who is she?
I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Where is she?
I'm there to serve the Dark Meister. I'm a knight in the Dark Matter Empire. I mean, look at that. I go in. I'm already a knight. I don't even need to try. I'm
That
already
mean-
getting knighted out here.
So you got to eat lunch with Bruya.
I mean, I'll sit at another table. I mean,
Yeah.
Yugioh doesn't eat with them. It's fine. Me and
He's a
Zwe-
traitor.
How about this? Me and
No,
Zweejo.
you can't bring Zweejo in because he's a traitor.
Okay, we don't know that.
You're
okay,
basically
that's an accusation.
Zweejo.
That's
You're
an
basically
accusation of the
Zweejo
Dark
right
Matter
now.
Empire, okay? And me and Zweejo could sit at another table in the cafeteria. We don't even have to speak to each other because I know he's not going to want to speak. And we're all good.
Thank God that was
Yeah, and we're all good.
Yeah, maybe.
I can't believe you wouldn't join.
No, I wouldn't join.
You wouldn't just be interested?
No, I'm not interested.
Another element of space?
No, I'm not interested. I don't. have
They seem
interest in
like
going to
friendly
space.
people.
Do they?
They haven't
Yeah.
done anything bad. They took bread.
They didn't kill anybody.
I'd probably just go listen to the elders and partner explain all of the.
You
the
don't. You don't
different
think
things
they
instead.
forcefully took Yuumu away from whatever she was
We don't
doing?
know. That's all allegedly. We don't know.
Well,
that.
Dylan, you didn't think that.
I
You
don't
thought
think
she was
that.
looking back, smiling, like, "Yes, darkness, please take me away."
Which is still very valid and possible.
That was one of your crazy.
That was
theories.
crazy.
Okay, but you're
No,
saying it as if it's
that's
past
not,
tense.
That's
It's
not
still
the crazy
possible.
part again to me. That part I'm fine with. I want to reiterate.
What's the crazy part?
I'm fine with the idea that she maybe wanted to be taken. It's the argument about reaction time.
Oh
that I do
yeah,
not
yeah,
like.
That
yeah.
and that conversation I think went on like 20
Yep.
minutes.
Yeah.
I, mean, that
I
was
pulled up like
wild.
the amount of time
that's
for like a
just
human
science.
reaction.
I think I slept during that.
Yeah. Like, okay, you could maybe try to make the argument based on really no
I blocked that
evidence
argument
that
out
she
of my
wanted to
head.
go other than.
I even got like scientific references.
And
There
that's
was a
why
ref-
I'm 100% confident that when you go full time, you're going to
Yeah.
be successful because you can pull just shit out of thin air.
Yeah, no,
so
it's-
I'm
it's-
Yeah.
very convinced that you will be totally fine when you're full time.
I will say this.
Say it.
I still believe that there was sufficient evidence to potentially state that there could have been a reaction.
Oh my god.
I mean, there's so many
What
there's
kind
so
of-
many ifs in
what
in
kind
that,
of like
I don't even know where to
lawyer
start.
talk was that?
That's not
There
law-
was potential for the chance and an opportunity that if this happened, it
speaking
could have
l-
allegedly
That's not what I
happened.
said.
Bro is speaking
And maybe,
legalese.
maybe based off minor facts, a big fact could be true that she could do that with her reaction time and know the darkness. Allegedly,
Okay, we're not going to get into this
I should say for
because
legal
we
purposes.
we have disagreeing
No, it's fine.
theories on it.
I'll only agree with you. We'll just me, you, Cal, maybe Nick T. We'll just smoke here live on stream. I'll
Ooh.
totally agree with whatever you want.
We
Let's do that.
like a.
I will say we'll just have to see what happens at this point.
right.
Yeah, I think that's
Right.
valid.
let's see what happens.
So here's the thing that annoys me.
Okay.
What?
And I already know this is going to be the case. This is what they call revisionist history.
Uh-oh.
I already know this is
Tell
gonna
me
be the
about
case.
revisionist history.
This is going to be the case. If we find out that Yuumu had some sort of signal and knowledge that she was going to be taken. It's a big if. That is a huge if. You guys are still going to say, yes, but Dylan, you were wrong. She didn't have a reaction to smile at that light.
No. I'm 100% agreeing with that statement that that reaction thing is just BS.
So there's no way I can win.
No,
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 but
no.
there-
we
there-
can
No,
There's
you
discuss
still
that-
win on the
that-
front half.
Yeah, wait. The front half is what's the important part.
That is the important part. Sure.
So
but
we
the
could say,
sci-
hey,
the
you-
But
part
you
backed
just
by
used
science.
you used an
So some of
idiot
us don't
amount.
believe in
you,
science.
You
That's
used
the good
idiotic
part.
support.
I mean,
That's crazy.
I know it's election season, but wow, we're taking some leaps there, bud. I will only agree with it on this premise that I get a specific line when she's back to herself that says, I knew what was happening and I went along with it to discover their plan. Something along those lines, I'll say, man, you were 100% right. Otherwise, you were grasping at the thinnest straws you could find.
I guess we'll see.
This guy, man.
He's got an inside
guy.
man.
Oh man, that is good.
If that is the case, still,
Yeah.
I will have a couple of those bean boozleds.
Wow.
Oh, we're supposed to do that, right?
No, we're not. No.
I thought the three of us were going to do that.
No.
You don't have to do it.
No.
do it.
No.
Why
No.
not?
I'm
You don't even have to participate.
so I'm saving you from yourselves as a friend,
We're
and then
doing it for the people.
Well, you
And then
already ate
on-
all the bad ones, so a ton of good ones should be in
well,
there.
no,
That's
but
what he
I
wants to eat them.
I found out a way to kind of hack the Bean Boozled
Why are you
system.
telling them this?
Already?
Well, so I'm sitting there on Sunday doing some work, and there's jelly beans in front of me, and I'm like, there are some good flavors here, and my sugar starts kicking in.
and you couldn't go upstairs to get
No,
anything else.
no, and I'm like, how can I detect whether these are good or
Have
not?
an
So I
apple.
grab one that's either toasted marshmallow or stink bug, and if you crush the bean a little bit and sniff, it releases the flavor profile.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course.
That's not
So-
a hack. It's
That's not a
destroying
hack
your
at all.
food.
That's it's just basics.
So I did that.
That's science.
So
I
I
mean-
did that. Most of the good flavors are pretty much all gone. And then the ones that are bad, my fingers were on. So you just that
I'm
box
fine with
is
that.
No.
Why don't you just throw out the box then?
Well, because there still might be some good ones. They're stragglers, I call them, that I got to find.
Just buy
That-
regular jelly beans.
Why do I?
I mean, what are you doing?
Well, the box is like $8, so I got to get my money's worth.
He's sick.
Your money's worth. The amount of amazing support you had for the community in that 24-hour
That was
stream,
very-
you're
very
sweating
kind.
over $8.
That was very kind. No, I can't justify throwing out that many jelly beans because it is food at the end of the day.
If they're all
No, it's
if
not
they're all
food.
terrible flavors, that justifies it right there.
Correct. But I don't think
No.
there. I think there's still some good
No,
ones
no,
in there.
that doesn't justify anything. He said he was going to do Bean Boozled. He has to finish the box.
The whole
No,
thing, yeah.
no.
No, you have to
said
finish
we
the
were all
box.
going to do one on this stream.
I never committed to that.
You did. It was live on camera.
Don't pull-
During that 24-hour stream, by the end of it, I don't remember much. I don't remember
You still
much.
said it.
I've browned that stream. I've browned out during that stream.
You still said
Are you
things.
saying you can't be held responsible for the things you may have said in the latter half of that stream? Mentally incompetent.
When it comes to something as goofy as a Bean Boozled challenge, yes.
Interesting.
I mean, I'll have one.
Cal's willingly wanting to do it. Why don't you just let him do it?
I've never been boozled before.
Yeah, let him do it. Let him
because
experience it.
there's no. It's not an eventful. It's not a momentous.
I might
occasion.
throw up.
It's a random go rush.
Cal, get it. Just get it,
episode.
bro. Just go over there and get it.
I'm not gonna stop.
We're
you,
doing
but
it for Yugioh,
I'm just letting
bro.
you know, almost all the good flavors are gone, and my fingers have squeezed most of those jelly beans.
We've seen in a whole lot worse in this place. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, that's true.
All
I
right.
also want to, for those
right.
who may be concerned, he didn't find this hack until after the stream.
Yeah. Oh no. It was total. No,
So,
during
so
the
now
stream.
are Bean Boozle streams ruined now
No.
because you've hacked.
Nope, you
hacked
grab
it?
one and you put it in your mouth. You don't.
You
No,
don't think
I would
about
never. And by the way, you can go back and watch that stream. At no point did I.
My
squeeze
favorite
any
was
of
when
those.
you were
sniff.
sniffing them, but there was nothing to sniff. I was like, that's not.
Yeah,
gonna give it away.
no, it wasn't a good gimmick. So what bean did you grab?
Well, you got to read what.
That
Uh,
is
it's,
dirty
uh,
dishwater or toothpaste.
No, not toothpaste.
Or
dirty dishwater or birthday cake.
Yeah.
Yes.
it better not be birthday
Oh,
cake.
Cal.
Dirty dishwater
Yeah,
is
it better not
gross.
be birthday cakes. You love birthday
The
cake.
reason I got this one is because if it's a good flavor, Dylan's gonna be even more pissed because it's birthday
That's
cake.
horrible.
Oh, yeah, you
That
didn't
is
have
funny.
birthday cake, right?
No, I had dirty
You really?
dishwater.
That was the one time your luck did not work out.
So for those that don't know, I did a 24-hour Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door stream on Friday night, in which I did beat the game. I delivered the final
In the
blow to
last
the
30
Shadow
seconds.
Queen with 40 seconds left,
Yes.
which was crazy.
And then the game goes on for another 4 minutes. With
Yeah,
cutscenes.
yeah. All right, dirty dishwater or birthday cake?
All right,
Let's see.
predictions.
It's gonna be birthday cake.
I think birthday cake.
Dishwater.
He's hoping.
I think it's gonna be dishwater. Too.
All right, let's see.
It's bad.
Dishwater's not great. It tastes like kind of. Yeah, it's not good.
Dishwater.
Yeah, it's not good. Now I know that because I believe I ate all the birthday cake ones. That is one of my favorite
I mean,
flavors.
That's messed up.
and
you said it.
no, I
after.
tried to warn you guys. I
You did?
I
No,
tried
he
to
did.
warn you.
I'll say.
I can taste the
It- the-
Dove.
So you've been boozled. How do you feel?
The way that
That was really
you've been bean boozled. The way that I try to get the dirty dishwater down. Just imagine you're like eating soap. That makes
It's not the worst one in there. Dude.
no stink bug and old bandage.
Puke is bad, dude.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really bad. It's like acidic, and you're like,
What about liver and onions?
That one almost got
But people
me.
actually eat that.
Yeah,
Like,
God
that's
God bless.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's unbelievable. All right. Anyway, as Cal tries to get the dishwater down, try to drink it with some prime.
It's already down.
Okay.
Yeah, the one's out of my teeth.
drink it with some prime.
Oh yeah. By the way, prime.
I'm trying to think
Sponsored.
if there was really anything else to touch on. I mean, we can talk about the ending scene. We haven't really talked about that, where Darkmeister slowly
We've been
rips the
had.
curry bread, says we've been had. There's, I think, two ways to interpret we've been had. The first way, Yugioh got us. He one-upped us.
Oh, that's true. It could
Or
be
the other way is we were told something about
I
this
didn't think of that.
particular
That's a
curry
good
bread,
one.
and there's nothing special here. And it could have nothing to do with Yugioh. Yugioh may have done his job successfully and accurately,
Oh, I see what you're
and
saying.
some other piece of information.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, I mean, my first thought was Yugioh.
Mine too.
But I think that maybe they're going to keep the Yugioh being kind of an obvious spy here going a little longer. I mean,
not
any
true.
theories on what they're looking for here? I feel like they're looking
There
for
are theories.
like Damar within the Earth bread,
It's,
or
it's Earth Demar. That's
Right.
what I think they're looking for.
Aura
Yeah.
came in earlier and said there's a prevalent theory, Japanese theory, that Asaka put Monster Reborn in one of the curry breads.
That's possible. I can see that.
interesting.
So
I can see
that's
that.
the prevalent theory in Japan right now.
Yeah. I guess
Or a
she
common
right.
theory, not the prevalent.
Now we have
but
to
a
fly
common
over
theory.
there and confirm it with the people.
By the way, if that ends up being
I
true,
will.
she must have used the worst safe possible. Right? Didn't she put it in a huge safe at the end of season 2 of Go Rush?
yeah, but we
locked
knew
it up.
we knew that it was gonna get stolen.
Yeah, but it was Asaka that put it away. So if she's also the one putting in the curry bread for safekeeping.
Yeah, I know, but
Well,
it
it had to
still
get-
would have had to get out of the
Yeah.
locker. So which could have
It's just a
happened.
theory.
It
Just a
no,
theory.
no. I'm saying it could have happened. I'm just saying if it did happen, we got to question that the locks on that safe.
I've been questioning that whole company.
I mean, yes, but also it could have been a intentional way to get it off Earth.
True.
it
Yeah, I
is some
mean,
very bad hands.
let's send it to the gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I also, Yugioh, if it is Monster Reborn, Yugioh may have stolen it and given a fake piece of curry bread to the Darkmeister
Bring
back
because
comrades.
Yugioh knows this can bring back the Vulgarians. So
Yeah, exactly.
it being something to do with Monster Reborn definitely is not. It makes sense story-wise and thematically. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I thought Earth Damar. I mean, that's what I thought
Earth,
immediately.
Earth Damar also makes sense because in regards to Damamu.
Yeah, and it feels like the Dark Men are linked to Damamu somehow.
Oh,
so
definitely.
the curry bread also being a link that connects the two of them would make sense if there was like Damar in the curry bread.
Yeah.
One thing that's interesting to me too is like, how does Yugioh just randomly have these dark powers? Like, is he given them?
You mean the cards?
No, the powers, like where he punches through the safe and grabs the curry bread.
I think that probably is honestly more him being just Vulgarian. We've seen Yudias
being
like
real
melt
dope,
steel with
yeah.
his eye beams.
No. He has specific dark powers that the Dark Men do, I think is what Cal's saying. I think the Darkmeister bestowed that on him.
Like he says he used his dark
And
power, like
also
his dark
when-
whatever.
Oh, yeah,
on it.
Sabu says it to the rest of the crew, they kind of seem like a little shocked and more like, all right, this guy's all in if he did that. That's how I took it.
No, I feel like it's just him being Vulgarian. Like I feel like the
The shadow thing lifting him in the air though seemed out of
Like it also
Vulgarian
like
character.
maybe. I mean, the thing is, we don't know the full extent of the Vulgarian's
yeah.
power as well.
we have not.
or it
So-
said he did that in episode 6. He did like the rising from the ground and I just don't
maybe.
remember.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember him like.
I remember
even
his
punching
strength.
Someone.
I remember eye beams with Valgarians, all that stuff.
I remember Yudias melting steel to get the latest
Yes.
magazine. And remember, let's not
Classic.
forget the employee at that magazine shop was the random
just
girl.
Completely useless thing to bring back
no,
up
no.
there.
I
was that-
think
how was
they
that
bring up a
useless?
valid point.
She
actually.
witnessed it
Yes,
and did not
yeah,
report
he,
it.
He punched through the concrete wall. That I totally remember in episode 6. The point that
the shadow.
you know,
lifting
like
him
when
into
he
the air.
rose up or like on
the ground.
actual like container with all the bread, and then he punched. Like he had like dark trails,
shadow.
basically like a dark lift
Shadows
that got
lifting
him up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
don't
punch.
remember
Yeah, so the
that.
punching through he did. The rising thing he didn't. But the fact that he has
yeah.
the punching thing though, like the rising thing, could just be another
Vulgarian thing. for all we
another
know.
skill that
I
he
took it
has.
as that was like the
I
Dark
just-
Meister gave him that stuff for joining the crew.
I don't remember.
Loving the crew.
Like I remember him punching, but I don't remember like the darkness like punch where he has like that aura around his hand. I'd have to look it up.
I mean, he definitely has strength. None of that
Yeah.
shocked me. It was more that like the aura around it and rising up
Well,
there.
because
Like, there's an element to it.
doesn't Sabu say like I saw it with my own eyes? He used his power,
Yeah.
and I could have swore he said like he used his dark power.
Yeah, and they seem surprised
And-
and accepting.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, okay, he's one of us. That's how I took it.
Yeah, he's the guy you want
Or
going
maybe
into
it's
the-
just because they've never seen anything like that before.
No one's
in
ever seen
general.
anything like Sweet
Yeah. He's the guy you just want going into the club with you downtown Manhattan Friday night just to bash some skulls. You know?
Oh.
No,
if
I
you're
don't,
getting in a
actually,
big
I don't
fight.
see him like that.
No, if you're getting in a big, I'm talking, you're in a bar fight. You're getting in a bar fight
Okay.
regardless.
Okay.
He's the perfect guy you want fighting with you. Because you know we'll fight with
I
him.
want the
No,
Rock
let me ask you
guy
a
with
question.
me.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You don't think it is more likely you get into the bar fight and he just walks away? Just leaves you there?
No, because I think
Mid-conversation?
I think if you say, "Hey, Zuidra, I need your help," and I think if he respects you, I think he'll help you.
Also-
What's the chances he's going to respect you?
Well, are you talking about me? or
No,
are we
no,
talking
all of us. I
hypothetical?
mean, he basically respects Yudias, and that's about it. I mean, what's the chances we're getting respect?
I think he'd respect me.
And I'm just confused because the way you phrased it made it seem like we're anticipating getting into
bar
a
Yeah,
fight.
why are we getting in a
Like,
bar?
guys,
No,
we're going
I'm
into
just-
this bar to
Are you
fight.
expecting to get in a
No,
fight the
no,
next
no,
time you
I'm-
go to a New York club?
Now,
No,
I get
I'm
like
just
if we
saying
go
the
out with
hype-
Dredge, I expect to
Right.
get into a fight.
Of course.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just
a very masculine guy.
absolutely. I'm just saying in the hypotheticals of that situation, I feel like you'd want him there. He's a strong man.
I just don't trust that he wouldn't just walk away.
Yeah, you really can't trust him to have
He
your
wants
back.
to see me as a warrior handle it myself.
Okay.
Just
So then
walk
you handle 10 New
away.
Yorkers in a bar.
That's what he. I know I couldn't do it, but he wants to see if I can do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then maybe he's not the best guy. I don't know.
I think
No, he's not a good
Yeah.
guy. We know that.
he's not the vibe I think you go to the New York City club with.
He also is going to take all the ladies from you.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
go to
you
the
have
club with
absolutely
him.
no
I don't think
shot.
he has an interest in any of the.
Doesn't matter.
That's
No,
why
it
they
doesn't
like
matter.
him.
There is no way he has any interest in any New York City lady.
But-
I'm just
But
telling
it
you right
doesn't
now.
matter though.
What does that
If you went out,
But that'll be the
looking
draw,
to meet up
dude.
with a lady, they're automatically all looking at him. It's over.
Yeah.
Hell, some of the men might be looking at him. You're done.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
okay,
over.
okay,
Yeah.
but then it does. But it doesn't matter because he's not reciprocating the interest.
No, it
and then it
matters.
becomes,
But
oh man,
it
well, I'm not
matters-
going to get with this guy. What about the friend that he's with?
No, at that
No.
point you pale in comparison. You're like, ugh.
No, but it's like something's got to happen.
No,
You know what I mean?
No, I don't think you've been to enough clubs.
He has not. He has not. No.
Can you weigh in? Because you have.
Yeah, you want me to weigh in?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, the guy in Yugioh's shoes will act like he doesn't want any of the attention, and
love
everyone's
that.
gonna want
They
it.
love
Like
it.
everyone's gonna try
that
to
your
get his
secret?
attention. No, I'm the guy next to him that no one's talking to. That's who I am
He's
in
the
the club.
Sabuus in those
Yeah.
situations.
Well, no, because I'm not.
He was looking at Russo just when all
I'm
that
not
stuff
infatuated with anyone like that.
I'm infatuated with Russo.
Yeah, but not
There you
like
go.
that.
Oh
I don't
boy.
happened. You want to be like him.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Men want to be him. Ladies want to be with him.
Exactly.
Well, that's written about me, I think, in the yearbook.
It maybe is written you back in the yearbook.
Probably.
All right. We want to do some donation super chats.
Honestly, I'm only thinking about going to the club now with Yugioh.
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about the club.
Yeah.
Imagine Weir walks down. Did somebody say club?
Oh god. Oh, I have to.
There's something you got to
We'll
tell.
talk
All right.
All right.
later.
Want to thank all of you guys for being here, listening in. We got a lot more talk to do, including why the story of 151 episodes means nothing. We'll get to that. And then, of course, we are going to preview Yuhi versus Dormammu and make our official picks for that episode. We are expecting, of course, the big batch of summaries for June to be out within the next 3 or 4 days. So that's something to look for as well. Crystal Colden, thank you for the $8.88 donation.
Thank you, Crystal.
8 go Rush, love it.
Rush,
110
go Rush.
yay for Epoch win and hype up the Yugioh duel. 111 I am so drawing this Contact Fusion soon. Arc so far, yeah, this feels pointless minus the introduction of Contact Fusion. I agree with 110 and 111. I don't agree with I feel like the arc has had a good direction. I've actually liked the arc so far.
Well, I also think that the other aspect of this arc is Yuumu's whereabouts, right?
Yep.
So the point may be that introducing Contact Fusion is the only big gain we've had. You also have to throw in that we got Yugioh back, right?
Right.
Yugioh was revived in this arc, and there's a chance that we're going to get Yuumu back and or find out why Yuumu's gone by the end of this arc.
Yeah. I don't think pointless is the right word. I think it started a
It
little
was just slow, yeah.
But I feel like the last 3 episodes have been really, really good. And like
Wonder why.
we're gonna learn it right. We're gonna learn about Dormammu hopefully
Fun.
next week, and then we're gonna have our arc finale duel. And I think there could be a lot of reveals there regarding Yuumu, regarding the Meister. And so I think we're in like the really good crux of this arc. But
Yeah.
if you haven't been a fan of this arc and you feel like it's not going anywhere, in a month we'll be on a new arc. So
Well, it's kind of like a roller coaster that has like the slow climb to the drop.
yeah.
And right now we're leaning over and we're looking down at the drop and we're about to go.
I feel like we've started the descent.
No, I think we're doing it where we're going more than 90
It's
degrees.
a dangle
So you think the
coaster.
Yeah,
next so
dangle
Well, then
coaster.
so the question then for you
It's V'Alraven.
is you think the next 3 episodes are going to be better than the last 3 episodes?
Yes.
I'm not confident on that.
I think we're
A contact-
dangling over right now.
Yugioh Darkmeister, Sabuus Epoch, and then Yugioh Yudias. And the next 3 episodes are going to be Yuhi Dormammu, and then who knows what. I just feel with Contact Fusion debuting,
Got a point.
I
I
think
feel like these last 3 episodes have been very
I
good.
think Yuhi
Oh, yeah, they're
Dormammu's
all
going to
busted.
bring out a lot. I really do.
It could, and I hope it does. It also could be a complete dud when it comes to information drops, because it just seems like it could be a duel where we learn nothing.
I don't know, man.
I'm just being honest.
Could I say something before we move on?
Absolutely.
I think
Say
you
it.
mentioned this in the reaction, the watch along, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think Yugioh purposely did contact fusion, right? For Yudias to see it. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
he.
Yeah.
I think he did because, like,
Yeah.
he made a specific point that when he do it, he's like, "Oh, I didn't want to have to use this, but I'm a
Yeah.
Dark Knight." I'm like, you could have won probably without it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he did that to not have the normal way that all new mechanics are introduced, where it blindsides our protagonist. He was like, here's a preview. I'm going to beat you in a duel that doesn't really matter for the most part because I got some stuff cooking. When you go against Darkmeister,
You'll be ready
now
for
you
it.
know what some contact
Yep.
fusion is, what it can do.
Yeah, definitely.
And it gives him maybe time to get his own.
100%.
Like, I feel like that was his goal there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like, that's the thing. We've seen that in Yu-Gi-Oh before, right? Where like the rival, I think of 5Ds with Bruno and Yusei, where you've got to like teach the protagonist about like something new in the game that they're eventually going to have to utilize in order to defeat the threat.
Right.
And I do feel like subliminally that is kind of what Yugioh was doing there with
for sure.
Contact Fusion and with Yudias. Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you.
I didn't hear a thing you just said. I got distracted.
Really? It's that it looks that good on me.
It looks phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
You think he looks that good?
Yeah.
Or now at 3 a.m., are you going home with him in the club?
It doesn't even need to be 3 a.m.
There you go. Hey, props
Thank
to you,
you.
man.
It's 11:45. He's like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, yeah.
Not even midnight.
Somebody asked Nick T how many beers. Nick T said 0 beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
it's like
stoned.
those TikTok
so-
threads. How many shots would it take you to sleep with this video game character? It's like Stone Cold Sober.
Or it's like your friends, but like as girls, and it's like the guy, and it's like he takes all the pictures of his friends and then does like the girl filter on it. And
Yes.
and
Don't
then
sense to us,
yeah,
of
yeah.
us.
And
Yeah.
and it's it always is like how many beers, and he's like, Josh,
Remember when you
0.
Remember when you did that and showed one of our friends and he thought it was really a lady?
Yes, I said, hey, this is my cousin. What do you think? And I think it was a picture of you as a woman.
Yes, it was.
And he said, wow,
was Joe,
she's
right?
pretty good looking. Yes,
And that was a huge compliment.
it was
for me.
Joe, yeah.
It was a huge compliment.
Yeah, he said you were pretty good looking.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll
keep
take
in
it.
mind, he thought you were my cousin. He had no idea. it
No,
was
that's
you.
totally fine.
Yeah.
That makes it even funnier.
No, I think that makes it more genuine too. He didn't even know
Yeah.
it was you.
There you
It's
go.
like, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't have to lie to save anybody's feelings. He said that from the heart. And I think it's beautiful.
I love
It's a
it.
wonderful headdress. All right.
red dress.
Crystal Colden, thank you for another $2 donation. Konami announces Joint Tech Prime Rex. Me. Shouldn't it be Tyrant first? I get Rex as Yui's actual ace, but when Quaidul was using him in his deck, he was Tyrant, not Rex. So where's Joint Tech Prime Tyrant? They make Tyrant even more underused doing this. Yeah, I don't know the rationale behind that decision. I'm sure they'll probably get to both, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird. The
I'm-
introduction
I'm-
for
I'm
Tyrant
not-
seemed to have been linked with Quaidul and Quaidul Space Time, and then there was like,
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah, I don't usually follow too much card reveals just in general. So unless it's like legacy support for an old anime, just if I'm being totally honest, or it's like something really really cool for Rush, like it's something in the future. So I don't really follow it too much. So yeah, I don't really know the rationale for it, and I couldn't really give you a reason or another reason like why they went that direction with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Is that all the?
Yep.
Okay. You want me to read?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
I'll-
Oh,
Crystal, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, bro.
We have $5 from Stinkfly.
Stinkfly, thank you, Stink.
Stinkfly.
What if the
Appreciate
Mamu accidentally ate the special curry bread Darkmeister is looking for? It would explain why they glowed at the start of the season.
Wouldn't even be shocked.
Yeah.
Absolutely would not be
Darkmeister would
shocked.
be furious.
Yeah, and then it's got some multiplication powers, I guess.
Yeah.
I still feel like Damamu was imperative in reviving Zuijo, though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so
Going
like,
from 8 to
And
1.
Yeah.
And you know how Darkmeister would have to fix that situation.
kill
A
Damamu.
little bit of earth from brains, you know what I mean? Just go right in there and get
Did
it
he
out.
say that?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
That
Have to
is-
do it. Have to do it.
Oh, you're
The
going
problem
that
is
route.
here's you want to know the real problem?
Mhm.
We have no idea what the Dark Men want to do.
No, not clue.
So
Yeah, what's their goal?
Trying
we
to
have
do.
no idea what their goal is. So like we don't know what they're capable of in order to achieve that goal. We also don't know how important that goal is to them. We don't know how dangerous that goal might be to our team, or it could be that their goal is similar to our team and they want to revive the Vulgarians.
Would you
I would
be
like that.
pissed? Because I kind of would be a little annoyed if like the whole goal of this is like it's like a special ingredient. We saw a little bit of that dark power that they had that made the food. That's like the ultimate ingredient, and it was just really like just to have better food. That was like this entire arc.
Yeah, just
their
so
whole goal.
They can make their mochi.
Imagine
better.
that's the case.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't like it.
It's humorous, but no,
To build a whole arc to that?
it'd be terrible.
It'd be tough.
yeah,
it'd be
it'd be
tough.
terrible.
It would hurt a little bit.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Wouldn't love it.
Would be a kick in the pants. if
Hey,
you
Dak
ask me.
said clean, no flag on the play. What I said, love it.
If it was something that one of the dark men, like Bruya or like Sabu, thought was their goal, and then it wasn't, like that'd be fine. But like that can't be their goal, and it won't be. I'm not worried about it.
I just know Nick T's gonna be devastated when he sees Yumu's just the cat held
The
hostage.
cat was not in the opening, though. To be fair, unless it was in the shot with Darkmeister versus
I
Yudias.
don't think so.
Would you
I didn't
think?
see it.
Would you think of the dark power thing?
With Zwijo?
Well, no, with Darkmeister and like this is the evidence to
Taste of
show
victory,
we've won.
yeah.
We've kind of did that.
You know what it
a few arcs
reminded me
ago
of?
in
It
season one.
reminded me of Arc 2 in Season 1.
Yeah, we already did that with the Rovian bandits.
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
can't remember what that was called, but there was like
It was
the
like
dual
power or
Yeah,
whatever.
dual
it was.
power.
And it was when we were in the underground
Yep,
space
yep, yep.
alien area, and then when they
Yep.
lost it all, they couldn't stand. They were like gravity
Yep.
took
Yeah, the
over.
gravity.
It
Really,
reminded
Kinda
me.
feels like that.
It reminded me of that for
Yep.
sure.
very much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really make much of it. I think I viewed that scene as them kind of just toasting to a successful mission and enjoying a successful mission.
The
I think
fruits of their labor.
right, sure. I think the real plan is all going to come down to that curry
Sure.
bread.
I just think to make a focus on this is the evidence that Dark Men have won this duel, and that was the first time it actually filled up, which means that Darkmeister's win against Yugioh didn't count. So in terms of filling up that actual jar, vial, flask, whatever you want to call it.
That's a good point.
This show is always, and the writers at Bridge are always intentional. It doesn't have to be a huge plot point, but I think it is something.
It could be. Definitely could be.
Yeah, maybe like the victory has to be in the realm of light, like our universe.
Could be.
Than theirs.
Or maybe it just has to be one of the henchmen that has to win.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's because the Darkmeister is not. We have 35
Thank you, Stinkfly.
months of Slifer Red
Oh,
membership
our-
from Philip Rosewood.
Thank you, Philip. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Philip.
We're still live. We're still going.
He said, "Thumbs up emoji episode, guys. Got my temps again last week. I'm geeked. I don't know what he means by temps.
Temporary license, maybe?
temporary
Yeah,
license.
temporary plates, maybe.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah.
How would you
He's excited?
you get temps again? I don't think it would be the plates.
Oh, it could be.
Yeah, I'm not
Certainly
Philip,
could be.
If you're here, I'm not exactly sure what that would.
But Philip, that's awesome, man.
Either way, if you're geeked about it, we're geeked.
Yeah,
about
if you're
it.
Yeah,
happy,
temporary-
we're
it's a
happy,
temporary
man.
license.
Yeah,
Let's
good.
go.
That's what I thought.
Let's go.
Get back out
Nice.
there, dog.
He's killing it.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Philip, always rooting for you, always proud of you. Cincinnati, Ohio, right? I believe.
What
Yeah.
do they say about that?
You're
place?
just out here.
No, we're not going to play it because it's good news for Philip. Philip, we love and appreciate you, man. Thank you for being a channel member. 35 months, you said?
Yeah.
35 months. Of
Thank you, Philip. I appreciate
1
you,
month
man.
away from the
Guys,
big
putting up with
3
you for 3
years.
years?
3 years this guy's been dealing with me. Thank you, Philip.
Think
weird
about
to
how
think-
long we've been dealing with it.
Yes. It's weird to think memberships have been around that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's a weird part.
I
to
think
me,
Kay's been a member for like 70 months.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't. Are you sure?
Yeah,
I don't
been
think
a
it's
while.
70. I think it's in the
She's up
60s,
there.
maybe.
It's
She's
her-
a few
it's
months
her and
ahead of
you.
me. She's a few
Yeah,
months
it's her
ahead of
and
me.
you.
But thank you,
Crazy.
Philip. We have $6.66 from that man.
The devil donation from that,
That
man. Thank you, that
man.
man.
Unrelated, but this week marks the final time Pat Sajak hosts Wheel of Fortune. Thanks for the
Wow.
memories.
Thanks for the memories as well. Wheel of Fortune, I always enjoyed that game. I believe it came on right after Jeopardy, I
I
believe.
believe it.
Yeah, I
did,
think
yes.
so.
Yeah, and
Yes.
there were many evenings where I would
Your family was
sit
into
at the
those
couch.
games,
We
too.
did
Yeah,
that
my-
too.
game shows were big on the TV.
Yep.
With my household, especially when my nana was still with us. She was a
Yeah.
huge game show.
My parents
person.
loved Family Feud. That was always the big
Yeah,
game
Oh,
show.
My-
'Cause
my
it was
house
on-
is very different.
It was on
Yeah.
before Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. I think it was like on 6:30.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we would watch that into Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Classic.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Pat Sajak did it many years, and he was a talent, man. He was a great guy.
Do they have the replacement for Pat Sajak?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't watch it.
I just feel like I would have heard something about it.
Usually when game shows do that, they do like a bunch of temp hosts for a while.
It's
and
not
then they
Sexy
get
Red, right? It's not her.
Ryan Seacrest?
Oh, don't
No.
say that.
God, how many things does this guy do? Does he sleep?
It is, yeah.
Does he sleep? I don't think he sleeps.
No.
Nick, do
He
you
still
like
has his show on
Seacrest?
Z100.
Honestly though,
I've had
Ryan Seacrest, he knows how to host.
The man
he
is
knows how to
hustling,
host.
dude.
No,
man's a hustler,
he's a good hustler, but he has a bit of a punchable face, and
What?
he does. Look at his face. Look at that.
What?
All right, I'm just gonna Ryan
Nick T, we're trying to get sponsored here, man. You can't just...
by Ryan Seacrest.
What's wrong with his face?
I don't know. I just kind of sometimes I just want to,
Oh man, you should talk to someone about that.
yeah, I
He
probably.
kind
probably
of
should.
looks like he would be the older brother of Sean McVay,
I could see it a little bit,
right?
Because of the hair and everything. Yeah, I could see it.
Like-
The man just does everything.
Yeah.
I will say, I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's a great host. He's very capable at being a host.
Just punchable face.
He's just a little bit punchable face, and he's like also everywhere.
That is true.
It's like a little too everywhere.
He's a workaholic.
Yeah.
Now, is he more everywhere than Kevin Hart?
Yes. I don't know, man. Like a lot of people love
Now-
Kevin Hart.
yeah.
I've never been a fan.
Well, no, this has nothing to do with whether you like him or not. I'm just saying, is he more
I feel like
everywhere?
he had a period like 5 years ago where he was everywhere. Every movie, every show. I think he's died down a lot.
I agree. Yeah.
Kevin Hart?
Yeah. Like he's still working.
I
but he's
still
not-
think, though, he's just naturally funny. Like, even when he annoys me, I still catch myself
Yeah,
laughing.
He's never done it for me.
No?
No. Just don't have it.
That's okay.
I mean,
What about James Franco?
Okay. That was a wild name pull.
Wow, dude.
All right,
Yeah.
next donation. Next donation.
We can't talk.
No,
about
that's
next
one way. That's
donation.
one way to speed it
Yeah,
up.
next
All right.
donation.
that. Thank you. That.
You just said to Nick T, yeah, we're trying to get sponsored, and then you did that? Oh my
To be fair, I forgot that there
Yeah,
was
you forgot.
there were some
Yeah, I
issues.
bet
Yeah,
you forgot.
Dak said there's a flag on the play with that one, and I tend to agree.
All right, next dono. Next
We have
dono.
5 Australian.
That man, thank you.
You got red carded, by the way.
Oh, wow. 5 Australian from Electric Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Our protagonist and deuteragonist were looking good in the OP. Can't say the same about our tritagonist. It made my already low opinion of her even lower.
Bye,
Well,
you.
Kevin, thank you for the super chat.
moo.
I can't disagree with him.
Yeah, no,
At the moment, not looking good.
She was just unconscious in the opening.
Yeah.
And Yui's unconscious right next to her, and he wakes up, and then he rushes towards her to save his captive and
She's probably captive.
taken
Yeah,
sister.
the one that takes the damage in Dark Meister's.
It's giving me Howie Eisen vibes a little bit.
That's a hard or low bar depending on how you look at it.
Howie Eisen was at least never unconscious in any of the openings.
But she was unconscious often in the show. So,
We
I think
watched
that
her.
matters more.
We watched her fall face first into the pavement.
She was in a coma, I think, 7 episodes into
There's so many times I just remember her being in a hospital.
Yep.
Like always.
Yep.
She was in a coma 7 episodes into Brains. Yeah, that's right.
Wow, yeah, it's not a good
That was the
one. It's
famous
all right.
thing where Vira was like a nurse there, right? Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
where that
Yes,
started.
Vyra was a nurse. I think Akira made a comment towards her. I
think so.
He was like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah.
Yeah, like some sort of like, hey, I'll see
Like
you
a
later.
pass,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a pass.
I don't know.
No,
if it's
Akira,
that
definitely
kind
no, that.
I'll see you later.
He definitely made a pass towards her, unless I'm misremembering that
I
episode.
think you are.
Wait, but you just said you remember. You said yeah.
No, I said
He
I don't-
remembers
I said I
seeing
remember
her in the
being
hospital
there
as a
and
nurse.
Akira interacting with her. I don't think he made a pass at her.
He didn't go, hey, baby,
At
I'll
all.
see you later.
Now remember, his
huh?
sister was in a coma.
Yes, that's
So inappropriate.
What is wrong with you? This is the man that said that you would pass up money to have dinner with this guy, and then you view him like that.
Well, I would. I mean, that doesn't change.
That
Right?
that is one of the most outrageous things you've ever said. on
What's
the show.
that
We've
say
never
about-
talked about. We've never talked about this on the podcast.
We have.
You think that's
have.
crazy?
It's a ridiculous statement.
Okay.
Because how much was it?
It was
100,000.
only 100,000.
Only 100,000. You're not going to be able to do anything with what he supposedly teaches you.
But what if he gets me a job at Soul Tech?
You don't know that. You're just
I
having
don't.
dinner with them.
I don't.
It's on him to make a good impression.
You're gonna pay $100,000 at the
Nope.
chance of getting a job at Soul Tech.
I'm not paying anything.
You just said
He's
you.
wait,
No.
No.
Oh.
He gets 100,000,
Or-
or he has dinner with Akira, and that supposed knowledge he would gain would infinitely outweigh the $100,000.
Oh, so it's like the would you have dinner
Yes.
with Jay-Z?
Yes, that's
or,
exactly
yeah,
the
yeah,
same-
yeah,
Yeah, but this is more like realistic.
we're
what
talking.
way?
We're talking
So
about
a fake,
a
a
children's
fictional,
anime.
a fictional
and it's
character is more
real.
realistic than Jay-Z.
That Jay-Z hypothetical is would you rather $1 million or dinner
Okay.
with Jay-Z?
And
I mean,
dinner with
these days,
Jay-Z.
You don't want to be doing anything with Jay-Z, but that's fine.
No, Jay-Z's.
Mm.
Is he implicated?
Is he friends with
It's hard-
someone he
it's
shouldn't
hard-
be?
It's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
there's a
I'm
pretty
getting
wide
too old
web.
for this.
Someone on the internet needs to like make a video about what's going on like every
I
week.
know, I'm
just
getting
so
too
I
old
can
for
get
this.
kept
Some
up.
people do.
Like a
To
10-minute
be
video.
fair,
Have you ever
I don't
watched
think
TMZ?
we paid a
No,
ton of attention
I
to
had.
it,
Moist critic.
even when we were younger.
Anyway,
No, we didn't.
anyway, I want to thank you, Kevin, and you are not wrong. You are not wrong, my
We
friend.
really got off the.
Yes, we
It's
did.
been a while. Podcast.
Without Dredger here to keep it in line,
yelling
man.
at us,
Yeah,
we could just
gets
do
a little
whatever.
loud.
Now, is that? Do you think that's because we're all just slightly scared of Dredger? Like just
No.
a little bit scared?
No, I don't think so. I think it's because we respect Dredger. When Dredger says it's time to go, we all realize, okay, it's time
I
to go.
respect Dredger, but also I think it's a combination.
Yeah, it's like. Would you rather be like loved or feared? As Michael Scott said, both.
Yeah.
See, I don't think I fear him because I know as a friend he's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I don't fear him at all.
See,
And
I feel
I've
like
never
he would.
disrespected him enough to do anything.
Well, yeah.
I've never disrespected him, but I
it's
feel
the
like he
implication.
would hit me.
Yeah.
Nah, see, I feel like he's the guy that you actually want at the New York City club.
That I agree
He's
with.
having
Well, that
your
I
back.
agree,
Yeah,
yeah.
Joe's walking away.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
I
Dredge,
feel like
he's
I
got
could.
your back, even when you don't need him to. You're like, "Whoa, it's all right, man."
Yeah.
It's like, "No, we got to."
Dredge is picking up a glass from the bar. and we're
Even
starting
if you're completely in the wrong, he's got your back.
it. And that's a true friend.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Of course.
I would never hit you. We believe that.
I don't believe it.
Challenge-
Implication.
Challenge accepted, Judge.
It's the
Now
implication.
he said, and I quote, "I would stand up to Yugioh." That's a ridiculous statement.
I mean, let's
That
not
I mean,
conflate
now
bravery and
now
stupidity.
also
You
yeah,
can't do
are we
that.
also talking
Yeah.
human
He
forms
said-
Yugioh
well-
or galaxy forms Yugioh? Huge.
Honestly,
difference.
Galaxy Forms Yugioh versus first period high school Jim Dredger. I might take first period high school
Galaxy
Jim
Yugioh
Dredger.
is like 9 feet tall. Do you know what 9 feet is?
No, I'm saying humans Yugioh.
Just under
It's
the rim.
still like 6 foot.
Yeah.
The rim's 10. So
He has super strength.
But we're talking about Dredger's peak version. Again, first period gym,
So
7:30 a.m.
and this is freshman year.
Freshman year.
So his peak version was when he was 14.
no, no.
Like Dredger's
You got it.
peak,
You
yeah.
got it.
Dredger was like senior
Okay, even
year.
worse,
Dredge
he's
was
7 feet in his human form.
Okay. So Dredger can.
No, I think his galaxy form is taller, isn't it?
No, I think it's
The-
the guy.
Okay.
The-
So all right. So let's say the galaxy form is 7 feet, and let's say the human form is 5 something.
I will say this:
2.
the bigger they are, the harder they fall. If you're a 7-foot man and you fall, you're getting hurt.
Okay, but like, have you ever been in a fight before?
No.
When you
he
fight
hasn't.
someone gigantic,
Yeah.
the chances of if they have a foot on you, you're done.
You have to
You're
you have
done.
to take out
Like,
the legs.
Even people that are more trained in martial arts and they're smaller, at some point it's just a physics thing. You're cooked. It's over.
Remember when Shaq was on the Boston Celtics?
At the end of his career.
Yeah, he was not winning a lot of those one-on-one battles, and
Okay.
he's a tall guy.
Okay, that's going against other 6'10" and up people. You versus Shaq in the bar, you're dead.
His fist is the size of your head.
it's probably bigger.
Do you think he could land a punch on me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
On you?
Are you, Dill? Listen.
My grandmother could
really
land a punch
I'm
on
really
you.
trying to be nicer to you these days. Did you see the other night? Yeah, and which grandmother? I know which one you're talking about. The
we
other
can't have
other
that.
night when you were doing push-ups, if we could call that on stream.
Yes.
You think you're taking Shaq?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Oh, whatever. Anyway, Kevin, thank you for the
Wanna
donation.
Tell them why that's messed up, Gal.
Because my grandmother's blind.
Yeah. Thank you.
And that, actually, I'll out myself on this one. So there was one time, so Caliber's grandmother was a frequent customer at my old job. And I legitimately made the mistake one day. She was the passenger, obviously, and your grandfather was driving. And I'm just so used to it with customers, I handed her back the credit card.
And she didn't
And it
even
took me a
look at
good
you?
5 seconds
Yeah.
to be like, that was stupid. And then I reached over her to
Yeah.
give it to your grandfather. And I felt terrible after that. But it was just a genuine reaction.
It's fun.
But it's okay. She obviously she didn't know I made the mistake.
No,
so
no,
it was
that's
okay.
well, that's
and your
like,
grandfather was cool about it. He didn't say nothing.
yeah. Well,
So
like,
we were good.
That's one thing. Like growing up, when my grandparents would watch us, if we did stuff, we knew we could get away with it
Yeah.
because we were bad little kids.
I mean, that's
hard.
way worse.
Yeah,
than
that
what I
is
just
way
said.
worse.
Yeah.
So-
So no, that puts it in perspective.
Yeah,
how-
yeah.
how
Now
not
I
bad.
feel a lot better about
But
it.
honestly, I was terrified of her. 'Cause she always knew where I was, even though she couldn't see.
Well, she has excellent hearing.
Crazy.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I'd like. Now we were like 5 years old, but we would like try to tiptoe through the room and see if she would notice if we were in the room.
Of course. Did
And she would always be like, "Nick, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, how did she know?"
She knew.
Like,
She got
Your
you.
steps gave it away, man.
I was probably laughing while I did it,
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, giggling.
I was 5 years old, like, hee hee.
Well, thank you, Kevin. We have 23 months of Raw Yell membership from Crystal Colden.
Thank you,
Crystal.
Almost there. Only one more month before I earn that rap badge. Thoughts on the newest Prime monster announced? Joint Tech Prime Rex.
You want to look it up because you probably haven't seen it.
I haven't.
Yeah, I mean it
What'd you
looks
think of it?
it looks cool. I have seen it. I think it looks really
The
cool.
rat badge.
I mean, but first of all, thank you for the 23 months. One away from 24 months, which is really cool. You have it up?
No, this is just the regular.
it's the regular one.
Joint Tech.
Yeah.
I'm finding it. Don't. Rest assured. No, why can't I find it, actually? I'm seeing plenty of Joint Tech Rex.
I feel like Google is like not for like newer rush cards,
not.
especially for rush cards. It's not like the best search
Someone
engine.
send me a link.
Yeah, but anyway, no, it looks cool. I mean, I'm excited to see Yuhi duel again. Obviously, we're going to be making our picks. Yuhi Damamu, not the easiest duel in the world to pick, in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to talk about Yuhi a lot next week, of course. And I know you're a big fan, Crystal, and yeah, it's going to be good to see him duel.
Sorry, I'm
And thank you for the 23 months, Crystal. I appreciate you.
yeah, I don't know what's
All right,
going on.
we'll see in another.
That's fine.
No worries.
That's all right. I'm not worried about it. Excuse me. We have $5 from Ice Aiden.
Ice Aiden. Dum 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 dum.
Pressure!
There it is.
Ice Aiden, thank you so much.
Hello, Yugi Bros. I think Yugioh knows who that cat really is. Also, when Yugioh is on the screen, it makes any episode better. Even villains simp for him. Yeah.
True.
I mean, Ice Aiden, you couldn't be more right. You're
about the cat.
totally right. I just think Yugioh has that classic. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh always does their rivals well, in my opinion. And like when you look at the list of rival characters, it is some of the best. I think it is the best cast of characters in the show. I think better than protagonists from an overall quantity perspective. I really do. They've always nailed their rival characters, and while Sevens didn't really have a clear-cut rival, you know, some people argued Luke. Other people would argue that he was the best friend character. You know, I
would argue he's the rival.
You would argue he's the rival, yeah. You know, it definitely, yeah, definitely an interesting debate there for sure. But yes, we just got it, man. He's just got it. The show is better when he's here, and I'm happy he's here. None of us expected him to be back this quickly. I'm happy he's here.
He kind of has toxic riz. Like you shouldn't like it, you know. But he just there's something captivating about it. Like my whole goal, if I was in this show, would to get me and him to do like a secret handshake. Like get him on board with that. I think that'd be my goal.
on board.
No, but it would take a long time. I would have to earn that respect.
Yeah.
But I think I can get there.
Now, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Mitsuko begins to move on from Yugioh,
Okay.
and then she sets her eyes on you in this world.
Okay.
But you
I'm
know
on board. I'm on board.
that Yugioh is close with her, and Yugioh is like still potentially in her, you know, eyesight, but she's just kind of going to you now, you know, because
Is she genuinely interested, or she's trying to make?
she's
him
genuinely interested, but she has not lost her feelings for Yugioh. What do you do? It's Mitsuko.
jealous? Yeah, I'm raising her up
Okay,
for sure.
she's 9 feet.
That's okay.
Yeah.
He's
No,
the
that's-
reason.
No,
that's-
no. I'm
that's
saying it's a good thing.
yeah, it's a good
to
thing.
quote a friend of mine, "Step on me, mommy."
Okay.
Oh,
Got it. Yeah.
All right, well said. Ice Aiden, thank you
to
for
quote
the
myself,
super
I'd
chat.
climb that tree.
I think of something else when you say that comment.
Yeah, I think it's.
Think of DJ's old house.
Yeah,
Think of a certain lady.
I think of an anesthesiologist.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Oh,
There he is.
All right, Ice Aiden, thank you so much
I
for the
missed
super.
that. Yeah.
That was you guys had to take me full circle to
Oh, we
figure
did.
that
We
one
got you
out.
there, though. We got you.
We went all the way around the block.
A very faithful anesthesiologist. Anyway, we have $20 from Colin Cleves.
Thank you, Colin. Very, very
Colin.
generous super chat. Thank you so much, Colin.
Colin.
Appreciate you.
The more I watch Yugioh and Yudias duel, the more I love their rivalry.
True.
Their duels are always top tier. They always have great dialogue and interactions that really improve both duelists.
Yeah.
Top 3 Yu-Gi-Oh rival pro tag duos, possibly.
Ooh.
They're
I
getting
think
there.
you could make the argument for it.
For me, they're top 3.
Yeah.
I've watched 3 shows, so they're definitely the top.
I mean, get this guy out of here.
They're in the discussion. No, they are a great dynamic, Colin. Would love for you in the chat right now, Colin, and anybody else to rank how you would rank their duels.
There's 4, right?
There's 4.
It's
You can
2-2.
just do 1, 2, 3, 4. But like, what do you think was the best to the worst? For me,
From
it's
just a dueling perspective or the whole thing? With,
whole thing.
Okay, that's tough.
Whole thing, whole duel. I think it's 2, 3, 4, 1.
2, 3, 4, 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Maybe 3, 2, 4.
I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, 4.
Really?
I love this duel, but I think because of the character that Yugioh has to play as the Darkman Yugioh, there's not a lot of emotional dialogue they could have there or anything because he can't really talk to him. He's kind of more telling him things through his dueling. So, I mean, just that first time they met, man,
was
and
good.
like dueled.
It's
Maybe I'm sleeping
very
on that a little bit
nostalgic on
because it's been a bit. Maybe it's recency bias.
Could be recency bias.
Genuinely, all 4 of them might be in the top 10 duels.
Yeah, they're all
Isn't that
phenomenal.
insane?
Yeah,
That
I would
is.
say
That's
so.
that's like psychotic to think.
There's a
Sabine great.
I mean,
Sabine really good.
It's unbelievable. Now, I'd be surprised if that stays the way, but right now, if
I wouldn't be. I
don't know.
if I had to do top 10 duels and go rush, I think all 4 of these are in that conversation.
Agreed.
Yes, yeah. Put your order in the chat. I like everybody doing that.
A lot of 2, 3, 4, 1 going on.
That's mine. 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah. What about you, Nick T? Well, and what did Colin say? I want you to read Colin's as well, if he wrote
He
it.
said 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay.
I don't know. I gotta think more about.
I think I liked 1 more than 4. Also,
Okay.
Yeah. And I just love
it may be
him disappearing.
it may be because of the stakes. Like I feel like this
Yeah.
duel, while it seemed like the stakes were high, at the end of the day, as of now, it was for curry bread. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying.
first duel setting, like it was really cool. Like I don't know. I'd probably say 3, 2, 1, 4.
There's a few.
But like 2 and 3,
2,
I feel like
1,
can
4
I could
too.
flip flop every
Yeah.
day and have a
They're
reason.
both
for
so
it.
Yeah,
emotional.
I agree. I think.
I really liked 1 though.
I
like
really
you said,
liked 1.
they're
I mean,
all
come on,
really
they're all
good.
good.
They're
him
all
out
really
here
good.
yelling at Yudias saying, "Witness my resolve," and goes into the monster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
I
an
just remember
amazing-
Asaka beating the hell out of Mitsuko. That's what I remember from that duel.
That's it.
That's what you remember. So you don't remember anything from the duel. It was outside of
him using
I
the
just
Earth
remember-
Damar to go inside the monster.
I just remember her having this mech, and it was
Refresh my memory on 2 and 3.
So 2 and 3 was at the end of season 1.
Right.
in space.
Yeah, that big flower scene in the end,
Oh.
and while they were dueling
Except
as
two.
well,
The other duel was going on.
Yuhi, Yuumu, and
That-
Yuga was
yeah.
going on. But that was the end of season 1, and then the third one was the one we just got at the end of season 2, where Yugioh died at the end of it.
It's a great duel.
Shit.
Man.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 2, 3, 1, 4 probably. Then.
Okay. I mean, I think they're all top 10
That's
right now.
because 2
I think
is
they're
just
all
like,
top 10 for me.
2 is nuts.
Yeah, 2's
And so is
crazy.
3.
Yeah.
They're all great. They're all. But yeah,
3 really hits me in the
2,
feels,
yeah.
man.
2, 3, 1, 4.
3 has that nut kicking vibe for sure. It is a really, really
I don't think that
somber episode. Did I misuse that phrase?
a little bit.
Okay. I just mean it affects you emotionally.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I mean, really, it's crazy. I've never.
Yeah, it's just that nut kicking feeling, bro.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
That's exactly. So, like, when God forbid people pass, you just automatically just feel pain in your testicles.
Yeah, it's like,
that's what you feel.
Well, like you could say something's unfortunate, like, oh, that was a kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
But, like I wouldn't say that.
yeah,
an
in terms
emotion
of someone in dying.
For a sad.
It was
moment.
like-
Okay.
it was like
Well,
when
no,
s-
I appreciate learning this.
when someone like said something and like that like was not good, and you were like, "Oh, tits." Like,
Yeah, like that.
Oh, that's when somebody had told me about their a passing in the family.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh tits, that sucks" or something.
No,
like,
but
he was like, "Oh tits, I'm sorry."
Okay, but
Like, that was his.
he's
way of-
mimicking it like I was smiling through
No,
it.
but you said, "Oh
It makes
tits."
it worse that you weren't. Oh, tits.
Yeah, that's like.
No,
I'm
but I
sorry.
was. But that's like saying, "Oh my God, I'm
No,
sorry."
is that you have no
it's
empathy?
not.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
No.
No.
That's like saying,
All right,
boobs.
I'm gonna tell you right now. if I lost someone in my life and I told you, and the first reaction you had is "oh tits," I'm cracking you in the face.
No, but
I'm just letting you know right now,
But you-
just so we're clear on that level.
No, because
I don't get what's so bad about it.
The word is like saying "oh my god" or "oh shit," but in
Yeah.
like a positive way. If you said, "Hey man, I just won like I won big in AC," you'd be like, "Oh tits."
Yeah, that's fine.
No, but
If I'm-
I didn't say it like that. I said, "Oh my, wow, I'm sorry."
No, but that's what.
You didn't say, "Wow, oh my God." You said, "Oh tits, I'm sorry."
But I think I said, "I'm so sorry."
It doesn't matter. You started the phrase with "oh tits."
I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's just another word. It's like a filler word to get to the actual point
No,
of the
but you could have
sentence.
said, "Oh man."
There is
Oh,
no
dude."
way in real life you've heard someone use it in that context.
It's a filler
They
word.
mean so. Here's the thing.
Your meaning for how you were trying to say it is
Is
probably not
correct.
the way that we are taking
Oh,
it.
That's
yeah.
that's it.
Like,
I
that's
think in
true?
the moment, if you guys were independent
No,
witnesses, you would
no,
have said nothing wrong with that.
no,
No, 100%
You
we
just
would've.
said the wrong words. What you meant to say wasn't "all tits," but that's what you said.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you're doing
No,
it to like
no.
in a bad way,
Here's-
but it's
Right.
100% the wrong.
Here's the
choice
thing,
of
I,
words.
Cal. I disagree with you. He did mean to say that, but in his mind, they both mean "oh my god" in the same way.
Oh,
But
man.
they mean "oh my god"
No,
in different ways.
That's what. But that's what I mean.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he
has such a
said it.
misunderstanding
He
of
said
what
it
the-
thinking
I-
he was saying something
Oh,
else.
yeah.
I got to tell you, because I had this conversation with Jake from Jake Goes Online
Yeah, I'd like to
during
hear
and
his
After
co-
Dark.
yeah.
Ivrea was here as well,
I
and
think it's
he
his
was
birthday?
he was on your.
Yeah, it's his birthday
He was
today.
on. It was his birthday. I sang it to him earlier. He was on your guys' side in this debate.
I'm not
Yeah.
shocked.
But I'm
'Cause he's
still
normal.
months away from this, and I still don't fully get why that's so
Well,
wrong.
That's a problem.
I really don't.
So
no.
maybe "oh my god" only in a good way.
But it doesn't. Why is it a good way?
Context changes.
Yeah, when you say like I could never say like "oh tits" like in a way that I'm feeling empathetic towards someone and
Dude,
sorry.
think about that. Are you kidding? How is that hard to process?
like, dude, like this terrible thing happened. Oh tits.
Okay, how about this? Oh nuts, man. I'm sorry.
no?
it's
All
still
right,
no,
no.
but no.
no.
It's not,
no.
It's better.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
great.
better,
It
but
seems
it's
like
still
you're trying
bad.
to be
body
It
parts.
seems
It
like you're
seems
trying to
you're
be
being
funny.
comedic.
Yeah,
it seems
yeah.
like you're trying to be comedic.
Yeah, in a cartoon, if something bad happened, I'd be like, the character would go,
Oh,
"Oh,
nuts!
Yeah.
I would giggle. Yeah. Oh, nuts!
All right. Well, I'm gonna.
Contextually, it works, but it's like
I appreciate these words, and
Yeah,
I'm
like,
gonna
we're
reflect
trying to help
on this.
you out.
No, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
reflect on
Like
it.
that's
Back-
wild.
Back is like, why does it need to be a body part?
Yeah, like why can't you just say, "Oh my God, man, I'm so
Well,
sorry."
I've said that before as well, or just I'm so sorry.
Right, that's fine.
You know,
They-
prayers and thoughts.
Yeah. Hey, man. My cousin just passed away the other day. Ah, tits, man.
But again, you guys,
I'm
you,
gonna crack you in the
you
mouth.
guys
Dylan,
can't help
Dylan.
but saying it with a smiling
watch
and a
this,
positive
watch this.
inflection.
You say, "Oh, like this person passed away," and you're like, "Oh, tits, man. I'm sorry."
No,
You're
but he-
smiling, not me. You.
He was cracking a smile.
No, it
It
wasn't
doesn't
me.
matter.
It was
I'm
you.
going to reflect on this debate.
Should have been me, not him.
I'm going to reflect.
fair.
I'm going to reflect. I'm going to reflect. That's
should.
all I
I'm
can
trying
say.
to just save you. From
No,
the
and I
outside
appreciate
world.
that. I'm going to reflect on it. I'm going to reflect.
How about we call it right now? You're not going to do it at all.
I guess I won't because
no, not guess. You
I would-
won't
I would.
do it at all.
I would think the phrase very easily could have been, "Oh, damn, I'm sorry, man." Instead, you went with "Oh, tits."
Yeah.
That's all.
yeah,
That's-
again, it's a transitional word to get to the
I'm
point
gonna
of the sentence.
smack
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna transition my fist to your face in a minute.
I don't know if threats of violence are.
That's crazy.
No, it's just
That's crazy. But someone just passed away, and "oh tits" is a fine. It's a filler word response. It's totally fine. Right? Yeah. Me and Cal are in the wrong. Okay. Oh my God.
We'll
Go to
take
the next
we'll take
donation.
some time. to
Next
reflect.
donation.
all right. Yeah,
Go to the
next
next
thing.
one.
Get this train back on the track.
Yeah, we have $5 from Electric Kevin.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Appreciate you.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure 111 was the weakest rated episode of the arc so far. Probably has something to do with Yudias losing again. Don't.
We
So
don't have the
I-
Nico rating.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to them.
Yeah.
So it very well could be the truth. I just don't pay attention to
I
them.
also
That would baffle me.
If there's
It
one
wouldn't- it
character
wouldn't
that
baffle
like
me.
doesn't
It
get
wouldn't
hurt
shock
from a
me that
loss,
much.
It wouldn't shock
It's a
me.
more
Yeah,
serious episode.
Yeah, and they like
They liked Ishida Glot.
yeah.
yeah.
It,
So-
it wouldn't shock
That's the guy I wanted in the bar fight with me, Ishida Glot.
Shut up.
Well, is he throwing rocks?
I-
at you?
Yeah. I question more why you went to the bar with him in the first place.
He's
Yeah.
a child.
Was there just nobody else?
No, this would be adult Ishida Glot.
Oh,
in the
okay, okay. I
situation.
just want to make sure.
Did anybody in chat fact check that, or does anybody know if that's the case?
Or said she's going to double check.
Okay. So, well, let me know when Aura does. I don't know. I really just don't pay
Regardless,
attention to those
I think
ratings.
Yudias losing, and maybe it's just me thinking about how his character is. Him losing a duel against Yugioh, to me, doesn't hurt him at all.
No, it's fine. It's
It's
No,
not.
it's-
It's not really a
That's his
negative
guy
here.
right there. Yeah.
Yugioh, you can argue, is the best duelist in the show right now. You could argue it.
I would.
Well, you know who it isn't.
Are you gonna say Yuumu?
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
seems like
say
an
Yugioh.
that seems like an unnecessary
It's kinda low-
shot at
I'm
Yuumu.
hitting you with a yellow card.
That seems
Like,
like
it was
Low hanging
unnecessary.
fruit. Low hanging
Well,
fruit.
you
You
That's
need to
my
make that
bad.
hard of a
Yeah.
slide tackle. It was
Oh,
unnecessary.
kind
tits!
of
I'm sorry, guys.
You know what? That was.
I'm leaving, man. I'm getting
that
out of
was
here.
good. That was really
Jeez,
good.
oh man.
And the VAR came in. My yellow card was rescinded after that statement.
No, it was not.
Anyway,
what
thank
we
you,
said.
Electric Heaven. We're fact checking that as we speak. Gravity Hero with $5.
Thank you, Gravity.
Thank you,
Hero.
Grav.
Theory: Yugioh lost to the Darkmeister on purpose.
Okay.
Interesting. Man, I was lost when I came back from walking my dog, and Dill was talking about carding people and Yu-Gi-Oh! Grand Theft Auto.
Somebody asked me about my
This is in the
ideal,
stream?
yeah, my Master Duel stream earlier, about my ideal Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game, and I described a game in which it runs like Grand Theft Auto, except you're playing as a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist.
So it's
and
like open world.
in
Yu-Gi-Oh.
light of having guns and weaponry, you card people. If you're Yama Yugi, you can set people on fire.
Kaiba had a gun
Hold
in
on.
the original
You
show.
can set
did,
people
he
on
did.
fire.
Well, that's that. Each protagonist will like
friends on
have a
fire.
special ability.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like
Bandit Keith can have a gun.
You're not gonna play as Bandit
Right.
Keith.
Why
He
not?
had a
Why
gun
not?
too,
He had a
didn't he?
He
He
did have
also
a
had a
gun.
gun.
Yes, he did. Okay, so I guess some
Someone's
of them.
like, "You want to do one?"
Damn,
Blast.
Like Duel Monsters was wild.
Yeah, yeah.
That show, especially
Well,
in
then,
those first like 60
if-
episodes, that's a
Yeah.
wild show.
If you're playing as Playmaker, you can it's like playing as the Watch Dogs character. You can hack into all the phones
honestly,
around
it
you.
would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, if
Now,
you're playing as
Can I play as Otis and throw a meteor at all the children?
No, 'cause
because
he-
that's what
he-
you.
no,
that's
also
what you
Listen,
support.
Cutting this off right here.
Yeah.
We're not going down this rabbit.
Yeah,
hole.
We can't.
Yeah.
We
We're
can't
go-
do
we're
this.
not
We don't-
doing
we
it.
don't have time.
We're not doing it. I would one day we'll sit down. We'll make a proper solo video of that.
Let's make a whole mod of the game. Let's just do it.
Or is back from checking?
Okay.
And the
Drumroll.
results are drumroll, please.
I think she's purposely making us wait.
Yeah, but anyway, that was my idea for a game.
It's the worst rated episode by
By
0.5%.
Okay, so barely.
Okay. But it also doesn't shock me that much.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's how much stock. If you trust, if you follow the Nico ratings for that intensely, then like
Well, Colin.
you know,
Yeah,
they were totally hijacked during like the Arc 5 days.
Yeah.
So like,
And that does happen. Think about
Yeah.
IMBD.
right,
All the time.
right. Like IMBD, my anime
Rotten
list is a big
Tomatoes.
one. Those like it's hard for me to
Review
trust
bombing,
those
yeah.
those sorts of sites.
And
I think.
Colin made a great point.
What did he say?
He said 0.5%. Tits.
No, he's right.
You know.
He's right. It does suck,
Yeah.
but like you know, we can't. You know, I mean, it's interesting to look at. I like looking at it, but I don't know how much stock you can actually put into it. You know, but it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay.
Thank
Thank you, Gravity Hero. I
Yeah.
appreciate
and thank
you.
Aura for fact checking.
GTA
that. Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna try to get that patented. Don't worry.
you should. We have 23 months of Slifer Red membership from Rewinding.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Angie.
Schnitzels, bangers, and mash ahoy. See you never, boys.
Oh wow.
Well,
Are we, now,
See
we
you
supposed
never.
to are we supposed to interpret what that means?
I don't know that
Oh,
one.
she's
Yeah.
going to Europe,
Nah, you don't know that.
but those
Does
are
that
two
say
different
that?
Europe. Schnitzels, like, right, you know.
Well, I
bangers
think
and mashes.
those are the two countries I think
she's
she's
going to both
going
of
to.
those?
I believe
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah.
Those
What's,
aren't
what's
in
the
the
other
same
one
place.
she's going to?
Angie, we're bangers and mashes.
Oh.
Yeah. Angie, have a safe trip. Have a fun, enjoyable trip.
It is true. See,
And have
See
a
you never.
pint with your bangers and mash. It's kind of
It
I
is
don't think she's
tradition.
gonna, I don't think
Yeah.
she's going to do that.
you should have a pint.
You should have a pint every day.
yeah. So Wiener Schnitzel and bangers and mash.
She didn't say specifically Wiener Schnitzel. She just said Schnitzel.
But that's the implied usually.
no, it doesn't have to be because
Okay.
Wiener is specific.
Oh,
Wiener cheese.
wiener. Okay.
No, because it's like veal.
Okay. Our poll's in for what do you think of the episode? 115 votes. 66% thought it was great. 24% thought it was good. 8% thought it was decent. And no votes for bad.
Wow.
And 2% for the milk.
2% back for the milk.
Wow.
Definitely one of the better rated episodes we've had.
62, is that the final arc of season 1? What is episode 62? Because they said episode 62 is number 1.
62 is definitely not. 62 is
It's
the
not-
one where they went in Seven's world, isn't it?
Okay, so it
Yeah.
has to be that. Because I was like, wasn't 52 or so was the end
Yeah,
of
I
arc
think
1?
I think 62
season
is when
one?
they went into
Yeah,
Seven's
Seven's world.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Because the Yugioh and Yudias duel was like around 52,
early
somewhere in there.
50s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. It is always interesting looking at the
Damn.
that rating
That was
site.
a great. Actually, I think we live reacted to that 62.
Yeah, I think we
That was
did.
a crazy episode.
Yeah.
I think we all did.
No, it was just me and Dylan.
No, I was definitely there.
And I'm 100% positive it was just me and Dylan. Like 100% positive. Would bet my life on it.
I'm not gonna bet mine, but
Yeah, like that's how confident I am. I would bet my life. You could strangle me right
God,
now.
I hope
I
I'm
don't-
right.
Come on.
Go Rush episode 62 review.
I don't know if the reaction is it
Oh,
hidden.
it's probably nailed.
It might be. Yeah, it might be taken down or hidden.
That's fine. You don't have to look into it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I trust Pete.
All right, cool.
yeah.
Lorena, thank you for the $2 donation. If Mitsugo was interested in me, I'd say yes 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most men and
Yeah.
women would.
There
Absolutely.
you go. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Electric Kevin, thank you for the $10 super chat. Though I miss everyone, I like the smaller cast. Reminds me of the first 2 arcs where it was mostly the trio before the cast expanded. If Yuumu was around, her character could have benefited from a small cast. Yeah, and I mean, Yuumu still might be around in the next arc, and it might still stay to be a small cast. You know, we'll see. I really have no idea what to think of her character.
She's
right
more
now.
cast away at this point.
Very nice. Well said.
Thank
That
you.
video also got taken down
Video's gone.
because I had it in my likes to easily pull up. It's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the.
Your life is safe for now.
I was 100% confident
I'm gonna pull up the summary.
because I remember complaining about Schrodinger, and I said, "What?" Dylan said something about him, and I said, "I swear to God, if he shows up right now, I'll punch myself in the face." And like 5 seconds later, he showed up.
Yeah.
For some
And
reason,
it was
I
just me and Dylan.
for some reason I just feel like I watched that episode over there. I don't know why. Like that to me, I watched
maybe
that episode
later,
Over here.
maybe later on, not on stream.
Schrodinger?
No, when they go back to Seven's world.
Oh,
I felt like I watched that episode in the chair at Dylan's other setup.
I definitely wasn't there. That I know for sure.
Well,
When's the last time we were all there for a reaction? It had to be one of the finales, right?
probably.
Maybe
For a
maybe
reaction.
Yudias Suijo? Maybe the 5 of us for
I
that?
remember the last one I was at. It was an impulsive thing. It was like a last minute, but I don't remember.
All right. Do one of you gentlemen want to read the 112 summary?
Sure.
Caliber seems like he's volunteering himself.
Episode 112, Damamu's rights. Since Yugioh is back, it is possible that the 8.88 million comrades have also been revived, so that Val Velgear's crew. So the Val Velgear's crew heads for the Velgear
I
cluster.
don't know if you should have read this summary.
However, Damamu has been acting even stranger than usual. In order to entertain Damamu and bring them back to normal, Yuhi challenges them to a duel. Damamamamamamu.
Why not?
Yeah. So
For the
that's
multiple
where we're at. Pete, anything of note there in the summary that you think is interesting?
Honestly, not really.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get the other Velgirians back this quickly. I think we're going to wait another arc or 2. We'll kind of just be glad Zuijo's back right now, but I think he came back under mysterious means. So, not taking much stock in that.
Yeah. Anybody have anything to say, or are we ready to make our picks and then go from there?
Oh, we're ready.
Okay.
I'm willing to make a pick.
Oh boy, this is a tricky one. Pete, I was updated via Elaine earlier in the Master Duel stream.
Oh, the results?
Through 111 episodes, me and you are tied neck and neck for first place.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah.
I figured that
I
because
was surprised.
it was
We had like a 3 or 4 gap lead.
in this arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had You picked, I forget who you
Manabu.
picked. Manabu.
Over Epoch.
And then all four of us were wrong. And then it went the opposite way with me, but
Yep.
I don't remember who it was. I picked someone and
That
all of you
also
picked
that
the
also
other
happened
side.
with me. I
yeah,
picked
but you're,
one.
you're
and-
irrelevant. You're 5-6 points behind. You don't matter.
You are down right
So-
now. Hey,
No,
figure
but I'm
it out.
saying it also happened with me where all four of you were
Yeah.
wrong and I was right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gave
But
you
the
some
fact that
congrats
that's
for
happened-
week.
Hey, but Pete, the fact that that's happened 3 times in an arc is pretty crazy.
It's wild.
No, I give,
Yeah.
there's credence.
What do we do if we win?
I don't know.
Do we clown the rest? Like, if we tied for the whole rest of the show,
That would be crazy.
do we just clown the other
Yeah.
three?
I
You
think
know,
so.
I think that
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
we should have a medal ceremony.
3,
Put some
2,
on there.
1, go. Okay. Well,
Wow.
Pete and I have picked the same, so the standings for first place will not change. Nick T, who did you pick, my man?
I picked Yuhi.
That's not what you wrote.
You're right.
Chadhee.
I picked Chad.
Chad he.
Yeah.
His appropriate name.
Yeah. I mean, he's the guy, right?
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing him duel again. Dormammu is not serious people, you know. I just can't see Dormammu getting a win in a situation like this, where it's all fun and games. I don't know. I think we need a little bit of a Yuhi, not redemption necessarily, but he's stagnated a bit as a character.
Yeah.
A win would give credence to him again.
Yeah, I'm also going to pick Yuhi here, Nick T. And I do actually think this is a little bit of a trickier one to pick. I
it
actually
definitely
think
is.
the duels in this arc, for whatever reason, have been really, really difficult to pick. They've been very unpredictable. Manabu beating Epoch. I believed Manabu would win, but a lot of people went Epoch. I think Chap picked like 90% Epoch. Obviously, the four of you guys
were in the
did.
minority there.
Yeah. And so Manabu did get the win. And then, yeah, there was another duel that happened. I think it involved Neanderstar.
Yeah, Elaine said I
Yeah.
picked
You were-
Neanderstar
yes.
and everybody else didn't.
Yeah,
And,
so that was one that you got right, and the four of us did not. So
It's
this
been
has
a
been
weird
a
arc.
weird arc, especially when it comes to duel results. It's been very tricky. So I'm picking Yuhi. I just feel like that's the safer pick. I can't see Yudias and then Yuhi losing back-to-back. I also feel like a Yuhi loss at this point has the potential to be very, very monumental, to build up another character. And I think we're saving, because Yuhi hasn't lost, I feel like, in a very long time. I think we're saving that Yuhi loss for probably a villain. I think probably Yuumu. And I think if Yuumu is going to beat Yuhi when they duel next, which I think is what's going to happen, I feel like Yuhi losing here kind of takes away from that impact down the road.
Yep.
So I think Yuhi keeps his winning streak going. I think he wins here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Pete, who are you picking?
I'm picking Yuhi. I was just reading Colin's comment where he hasn't lost a one-on-one since Tremola.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. That was Arc 5. That was that was probably about a
crazy.
year ago in real
That
time.
is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's been a long time. He over the time, and let's not forget it, throughout season 2, we kept saying he's like reached like a top character tier, especially in
I mean,
terms
he
of
is Chadhee.
the focus that
Yeah.
they've given him, the storylines they've given him.
I just like seeing Colin say that. I'm like, holy crap.
He's that character
goated.
right now. Yudias is not, where he's the one that should get the loss to the villain group. And it
it
would be
means
way
more at
more
this point.
impactful. And I felt that way with
Yeah,
Luke and
because
I felt that way with Luke and Yuga, and we
In the
never
last
got it.
10 episodes, I know both of them were Yugioh, but like Judius is lost.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, he lost to Kwai Duel not that long ago.
Yeah.
Like he's gotten some losses. I'm worried they're still going to use Yudias because I think about the Yuga Luke thing where it was always Yuga taking these losses. You could have given a couple to Luke. I mean, come on.
you're not going to find anyone more on that support
right
train than me.
Right.
Here.
So that being said, hopefully that's the route they go. This is not the time to give Yuhi a loss.
Yeah,
No-
I don't
no
really have
way.
anything huge to
No
add
way.
beside. I said I'm picking Yuhi. I agree actually with all your points. I thought you surmised it very well, and I agree with Nick T's that like it has feel like we've kind of been the last, even dating back to season 1, we've kind of gotten a little low with Yuhi. There's not a lot going on, so I feel like.
Yeah.
Dormammu, like that's really who we're gonna give him a loss to right
Well,
now.
he was the Earth Damar.
Sure, but like presumably the third to last episode of this arc,
Yeah.
I just don't feel like that's
Exactly.
happening.
I picked Yuhi as well. I'm with all of you guys.
Keeping it
The only thing I could see
in-house.
in this case where Dormammu would win is if Dormammu was making like a turn to darkness, basically, and
Yeah.
becoming the new villain. I just don't think this would be a point in time where that would happen. like, because you know how I still believe that there's more to Dormammu in terms of
Sure.
the power and why Yugioh wanted Dormammu in the first place. How when Yudias started to like kind of disappear and Dormammu just kind of touches him and he's back to normal. Like, there's a lot of stuff that just Dormammu's able to do and we kind of don't question it. So I feel like, at least I'm hoping that there's like answers in this duel, because
Yeah, sure.
there isn't anybody better to connect to Dormammu than Yuhi.
Yep.
True.
So
Yes, certainly.
I do think there's going to be something more there in this duel, but I just think Yuhi's going to win, as like you guys said, he's kind of just been on this winning streak in 1v1s where he kind of is, as Dylan would say, is getting that Luke treatment almost at this point.
He hasn't lost in a full season,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
He lost at the very beginning of
Yeah.
season 2, and
I'm not saying I'm against him losing. It just
It doesn't
really
feel like
you would
a
really have
lost
to
spot
build
for
the
him.
story for me in this episode, just because I just feel random.
I'm
Like,
just
it really
right.
would.
I'm just of the belief
agree.
that you're gonna have Yuumu duel Yuhi. Now, I that's what I believe. People might not agree with that, and I feel like you keep Yuhi undefeated for a little bit longer, so that the payoff of Yuumu defeating him and bringing him back down to earth a little bit, and then saying, "Wow, Yuumu took down this guy that no one's been able to beat in 5 arcs now."
Yep.
I feel like
Exactly.
that
In
payoff
one-on-one.
is better in a one-on-one.
Because he's
In a
to be
one-on-one.
fair, he has lost a couple tag.
Well, they
duels
can't
in there.
tag duel. I mean, they're
You know,
terrible.
so,
They
like,
have no
they're
chemistry.
horrible at tag. They should never tag duel again.
What happened to Twin Power, man?
It doesn't exist with them.
It doesn't exist.
No, it exists. You're blooming.
Well, I know. Yeah, I know you exist with you, but it doesn't exist
Doesn't.
with them. So
You deny it, but it does.
yeah.
Meg would be hurt if she heard you say
Twin
that.
power!
I just wanna
She
let
would
you
be
know
hurt.
that. She'd be hurt.
Let's call her up.
Another something else came out today that we're going to touch on really, really quick.
Do
the
it.
English dub over here announced that Go Rush is going to have 151 episodes, or that was the number that they used
So 41.
when promoting that the dub is coming. Now, we've known for a while that the Go Rush dub was in production.
Right.
It had already been basically not leaked, but shown in magazines that they were trying to find like an appropriate network to air it on, and that they had acquired the rights, which obviously that's not surprising at all.
Is it going on Disney again?
We don't know. We have no idea. Just that they have 151 episodes. And so people have asked me in my Master Duel stream earlier, they've tweeted at me my thoughts on it. Here's my thoughts. I think it's a non-story.
Yeah, you tease it.
You don't-
I think it's a
Wow.
non-story, and really, like,
Why?
I'm not. I don't mean to be negative. I don't mean to sound like an a-hole in any way.
Come
I
on.
do not believe that it will be 151 exactly. I think it'll be ballpark. I think 151 is a filler number. I would be willing to bet a lot of money, like up to $50, a lot of money,
That's a lot.
that we will not have exactly 151. I think we're going to have like 152, 154. 151 just seems very random, and when I counted all the Saturdays, it brings us to March 5th. And even if you give like 2 weeks break, we always have a break at the end of December,
Yeah,
so that's
right.
very normal. And let's throw another break in there at some point. We would be at like March 21st or March 14th. So I think we're going to have either 152 or 154. Another fun fact, and I feel like there is something decent to be said here.
Say it.
No Yu-Gi-Oh show has ever ended on an odd amount of numbers. And I know that sounds like a non-story, but I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's something there.
It won't break precedent.
I don't think it's going to break breath. I don't think we're going
But
to
is
end
the
on an odd number. It's just a very, very weird number. We knew Go Rush was going to end, right? Nobody actually thought it was going to get a 4th year. It's going to end.
Arc 5 was 140.
Arc 5 was 148. Zexal was 146. 5Ds was 154. GX was 180.
120 and 92.
Yeah, DM was 224, but
Oh, it's
same
224.
thing. Yeah.
I thought it was 220. All right,
Yeah.
so my fault.
And then Vrains, 120.
And
7's
then it's
92.
What 5Ds?
154.
154.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be the first show if it breaks 150 or even hits 150. It's probably going to end up being the 4th longest show.
Which is, I kind of love that. I like longer shows.
it's cool.
I'm really for it.
Yeah, it's cool. So, I mean, we'll see. I just don't think that it's much of a story because I think it's going to be ballpark, but I think anybody, like, back in December when we knew we were getting a 3rd season could have counted the Saturdays
And just said, yeah,
and
it's
said,
around
oh, yeah,
there.
it's going to be like 152. So, it's just not new. It's not any new information to me. and I feel like there's nothing really new there.
No, I agree.
So, and I feel bad because people have asked me for my opinion, which I do appreciate. I just feel like there's nothing, like, it's what we kind
No,
of
I agree. I think
expected.
it's splitting hairs. Like, let's say it is 151, or it's 52, or it's 54, or it's 150.
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's whatever.
I mean, and I don't think there was anybody that believed legitimately we were going to get a 4th year of Go Rush.
It doesn't.
It's
We
always
said
going to be
repeatedly
3 years.
I'm glad that we have total confirmation on the dub. Hopefully, a lot
Yeah.
of people and we know
Yep.
will have
to work
some
on it, yeah.
future jobs there.
Yeah. Oh
And,
yeah.
oh,
yeah.
Deservedly so.
And that'll be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
There's
all around good news.
There's exciting stuff regarding the dub that I'm aware of that I can't say
Of
anything
course.
regarding, but
Yeah.
I've said for a while that I know the dub is
I just hope it's
moving along swimmingly.
a little bit more accessible.
Yeah, I agree. Be on like an online streaming site.
Just be nice.
you know?
I mean,
Yeah.
everything's on streaming services now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Just drop it on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So Go Rush, and you know, honestly,
On YouTube.
when I saw this information that Go Rush
Can't make as
was
much money there.
going to be like 150-ish.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
But
good.
It's
You're
just
good. You're
it's just the streaming service, like a paywall to actually buy the service. Makes you infinitely more money than any of the ads are going to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Sorry, no.
No, you're fine. It makes me think one thing.
What?
191 days.
191 days. Because now
If we have confirmation.
it's definitive. Yu-Gi-Oh! 9's coming.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I mean, that's what I
9.
expect.
That's what I expected too. So I think
And
that's my biggest
I'll be honest.
takeaway.
I love Go Rush.
Or
Of course.
Don't know if I could have done a 4th season.
No.
Don't know if I
yeah.
could have. I don't know if I could have done it.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
I think I agree.
Getting close to 200 episodes of that rate.
The story is there to be told coherently and successfully within the next 40 episodes.
I think a Yugioh anywhere from you're hitting 140 to 160. It's nice, sweet range.
Yeah, I
for
agree.
episodes.
I fully
Love
agree.
that.
I fully agree. I think it's fine. I'm looking forward to a new, and that's not to say anything negative about Go Rush because I've really enjoyed Go Rush. I'm excited to see how it ends. But at the same time, I can also be excited about a new set of characters, a new setting, a new cast, a new story. So both can be true. I'm excited for both.
I don't even want to say this to put it out in the air, but I do have to play devil's advocate for a moment. I don't want to manifest it at all, but I do want to point out that the confirmation of an end of Go Rush does not necessarily imply the existence of a Yu-Gi-Oh! 9.
I mean, he's right.
You're right.
He is right.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
This guy's shivering over there.
No, he's right. No, he's
I don't,
he's right.
but I don't even believe when I'm saying because I
in
believe there
in
will
this
be 9.
basement in front of the Jump Festa clock, you're putting that into existence.
I told.
And I want to
said-
let you know
I
that's going to be
preferenced
his first band of you in years.
it. Yeah, that's why.
I mean that
Ever.
that would be curtains for the channel.
Yeah,
I hope you
I
know
know,
that.
I do know
hey,
that.
say
I'm just
say
saying-
say goodbye to full time. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I mean, well, you'd have to pivot a little bit.
Thank you for calling. This is Dylan speaking. How may I help you?
That insurance job in Delaware would be hitting different.
Is that funny to you, Nick T?
Yeah, I did get a little bit of a laugh out of it.
Oh, tits, dude.
Oh, tits, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. Very fun.
that came full circle.
Very fun stuff. Okay.
Very funny stuff. That's
Makes
cool.
a great point.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very
I just had to
enjoyable.
say it.
And the best part about it is heartbreaking as that would be for all of us, the little slice of happiness we have just watching you break on stream.
Oh, I would be happy.
I mean, I think we all get a kick out of it.
Okay.
We say, remember Otis? Remember all those theories?
Well, Otis
you
will be
told-
involved in Go
Remember
Rush.
all
I'm
those,
not worried about
those
Otis.
theories you had that we had to stand.
I'm not
Yumu
worried.
Reaction times.
I'm not worried about Otis.
How does
That
it
still
feel
could
now?
be true. You're referencing theories that still could be true, which I think is crazy. They all still could be true. You should have brought the girl on the phone. That one I got wrong. I'll admit that one.
You're still holding on to the mystery. Girl.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
well,
so
yeah,
mad.
well,
You could be-
her,
manifested
Hey,
it into
could be
that.
the same
her, yes.
girl.
But that's the thing. It
Could be the same
It could be
girl.
the variant of that girl in this show. All right.
You're just the worst.
Is that-
you know?
ZX, thank you for the
I know.
$50,000 super chat. For
Excuse
IDR.
me?
IDR,
Excuse
please.
me?
Yeah.
ZX, I appreciate you having a little fun with currencies. I wonder if the previous arc antagonists
Sick.
will appear or just be a neat callback in the opening. I think they're a neat callback, but I think there is a chance they'll appear. I want to say minus Duel, but honestly, Yugioh getting revived, it's possible Duel can get revived. I can't say it's a 0% chance. I don't know how I'd feel about getting Duel revived. I think he's the best Rush villain we've gotten. I think he's a top 10 villain point blank period in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. So I don't know how I feel about him possibly getting revived because he's probably going to be on our team's on our hero's side if he gets revived.
Yeah.
Which is I guess is fine. But I don't know.
I wouldn't be about it.
Yeah, I'm
wanna
fine.
see it.
You can keep him dead. Electric Kevin,
I wouldn't say it like that.
thank you for the $5 Australian super chat. Who do you think would win in a duel between Zane Truesdale and Yugioh? I'm the only one that watched Arc 5, so I'm the only one that can answer this. I would actually pick.
Don't pick Yugioh.
I would pick Zane. No, I'd pick Zane.
Yeah, it's Zane. Dude.
'Cause I know. I at least
I'd
know
pick
the
Kaiser.
characters.
Yes, I'd pick the
If we're
Kaiser.
talking about
Yugioh's a good
Chads,
duelist.
dude. If we're talking about Chad,
Yugioh's a good duelist. I'm not gonna
Who's your
Yugioh,
top
I
you
go
boy in
Yugioh.
terms of dueling prowess?
in terms of
Is it Yuri?
dueling ability. No, it would be Yuya.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would be Yuya.
he has lost a lot.
Only 3 times.
Well, didn't he? Isn't he one of those that lost in the beginning, but it was off screen?
He lost to Yuzu. No, that was one of his losses.
Yeah.
But he didn't know how to properly pendulum summon, so his loss was kind of like a little goofy.
It was goofy.
Yeah.
It was real goofy.
Yeah, it was goofy. He may have lost 4 times, actually. But,
Every time I look at him, I don't think he takes dueling seriously. That's how I look at him.
well, he's an entertainment duelist.
Yeah, and I'm just not about it.
Yeah. Oh, you'll be about it when you watch that show.
Dude, I can't wait. Me and Judge will probably live react to that. We'll probably do that.
I can't wait
Can't
for that.
wait for Leo Kaba, dude.
Can't wait for that. In character, though, I think I'd pick Zane as the character.
Yeah, I feel it.
Stronger dueling character.
All right, would you let's pick Yuri as second
Um,
amongst the you boys?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
seem like you struggled with
Yeah,
that.
Yuri and Yugo are very close, but I probably would pick Yuri.
Okay.
well said.
Yugo kind of fell off at the end.
And then
dueling-wise.
just a distant fourth.
Well, Yuto was a good duelist. We saw the least of him. And I think they're all good duelists, so it's hard for me to put Yuto higher. Now, as characters, I have Yuto actually as my favorite of the 4.
Okay, that's
I think Yuto's the best of the 4, yeah.
You just haven't seen him in a while.
No. He's there. Think about the relationship between Atem and Yugi. It's a similar relationship that Yuto and Yuya. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This guy, we gotta get rid of this guy.
Yeah, Rovian Space Poem Fan 420. Thank you for the $2 donation. Our Queen Rovian winking at us in the opening was a great addition. Other than that, this arc is still bad because lack of Rovian. Also, cheers for the annoying girls like Yuna, Asaka, and Manya not being in the opening. Hallelujah. # give us more space poems. So you guys still fans of Rovian after that donation?
I mean, I don't think that donation is reflecting.
I
of
believe
Rovian
that's
as a
indicative of how
character.
every Rovian fan feels.
Okay, but that's not Rovian herself. It's like saying a celebrity
might as
is
well be.
responsible for her fans' actions.
It might as well
Yeah.
be.
So I think there's a little bit of bias in that.
Okay.
And that's okay. And you were coming around on Rovian. I was really proud of you. Don't slip back into the doldrums.
Came around on
Don't do it.
Rovian, but I got to be honest, I still think Ayuna's better.
Wow.
I mean, that's okay. That's a fair thing. I just think you could say that without like just ruining.
You know
Rovian
what?
in
I
general.
will say to this donation, I do agree with the last girl mentioned. Cheers for the annoying girls like Yuna, Asaka, and Manya not being in the opening. I can agree with that. I can agree with the last part of that.
The Manya? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
You just have a devious face going on. I don't like it.
I honestly forgot Manya was a character.
And
I was
I'll be totally honest with you. When we were talking earlier, completely forgot she existed.
Yeah.
And
like,
you know what? 'Cause she's
like
a bully.
when you say Itachi, I only think Mimi.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
even think about Maya.
No.
Like
No.
it's just what did she really do?
It's the meme. It's like, I feel bad for you. It's like, I don't even think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know who you are. Crazy. All right.
We never did the coin.
Oh, flip the coin. Heads for Yugi, tails for the mama moo.
I don't know.
Flip it. Flippity floop.
The winner is
Tails.
Boo!
Boo!
You can't boo the coin.
You can boo.
Yeah, I know. Well, coin picked Damamu, so anyone else? By the way, Damamu was picked decently. I believe 25% picked Damamu, so quarter of the people think. I don't think it's that easy of a duel. I'm actually surprised we all picked Yuhi. I don't think it's. I don't feel great about
No,
it.
I'm
but
not saying that there couldn't be anything weird. I don't know. I'm confident in Chatty. I'm all right. Feeling good.
Oh boy! All right. Well, we got to sign off. Listen, this has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. It always is every time we're hanging out with you. Dredger streams twitch.tv/Dredgenator. Huge shout out to him. Hopefully he'll be able to be back next week. Thank you to Cal, Nick T, and Pete for taking times out of their lives to come and help me out and do this stream. Without them, the Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast would obviously not exist. And thank you to all of you, to all the donators, to all the super chatters, to all the commenters, to all the lurkers, to all the post-upload watchers. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. These guys got stuff going on. They always do. We're going to start with Cal. We're going to whip it right down the table to Pete. Cal, what do you got going on?
Yeah, twitch.tv/CalBreezy, CalBreeZzy. Last time we were on stream, I said I'm gonna try to start streaming more again, and I haven't promoted in a while until starting last week. Maybe a stream this week because a couple of things I was gonna do aren't happening. So
Okay.
Another wedding got canceled, huh?
No, it might be a Friday night stream.
Ooh, Elden Ring.
Oh,
Elden
big
Ring
got
on a
canceled.
Friday night.
I would
feeling
love to stream Elden Ring, but I'm in the middle of the game. So
That's okay.
Cares, dude.
It's all right.
Are you in the middle?
Who cares? Just stream it, bruh.
You're still streaming the DLC, right?
Of course. Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
trying
can't wait
to
for you to cook.
I'm trying to beat this before the DLC. I have 2 weeks.
Hey, let me tell you, it didn't happen.
I have 2 weeks. It's not gonna
It's not going to happen.
happen. But yeah, just be on the lookout. I don't really know what I'm gonna stream. Maybe I'll get Nuzlocke stuff set up on my computer. Maybe I'll run that.
Ooh, could be fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool, man.
Even though I haven't been on Twitch, I'm still gonna promote it anyway because you never know when I may make a return.
That's right.
Twitch.tv/NickFightsMoms. I'm getting the itch. I've been thinking about it, so you never know. Maybe some music performance, maybe some emulated stuff. I don't know.
Sing,
We'll
brother.
see. But so keep your eyes peeled on that. I'm involved in a couple music projects right now. Fragile Homes for some louder rock band stuff. Nameling for any indie emo type deal. All on all streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever you use. YouTube Music. And on all social media platforms. Both projects have albums coming out in the next, X amount of time, probably this summer. By the end of the summer, both records will probably be out. So keep your eyes peeled on that.
Sweet. Yeah, YouTube channel, Clueless Gamers. Hope to get back to some stuff soon. Just been working a lot. But I've been pretty active for Dylan, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm over on Super Deep Rot tomorrow night, his Twitch channel, streaming the end of episode 1 for Life is Strange, and we'll probably start episode 2. That's what I imagine happened. A lot of fun last week. Thanks for everybody coming by. So we'll be doing that. Obviously, I'm here, but also in the near future, you'll also see Dredge and I popping up again on some Zexal reaction, watch-alongs, whatever you want to call them. We're through like 15 episodes or something right now. I know probably the last episode I think you guys saw was like 6. So there's a lot of good content that's going to be coming with that. So yeah, stay tuned for that and check it out on of course this channel right here. You could subscribe and follow me on Twitter, PeterCow21.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Nick T. Thank you, Cal. Appreciate all you guys.
Yes, sir.
Electric Kevin, thank you for the $5 super chat. A bonus since there wasn't one last week. Who would win in a duel between Nash and Soulburner? Again, I'm the only one that can answer.
Soulburner. See, I can answer too.
Goated.
Yeah, but Nash, dude, is good.
Is he?
Yeah, dude.
What show is he from?
Zexal.
Okay.
So you'll get to him.
Soulburner.
Just answer on the spot. You got to do it.
Yeah, I think I'd pick Soulburner.
Yeah,
I think
my
I
guy.
would. But that's tough.
But it would be a good duel.
Yeah, it's a duel that, as I think the kids on Twitter would say, would feed families.
I love
I've
that.
never heard.
No, I've
That's
actually
that's
heard
a very
that.
big
I love
sports
that.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
it'd feed families. That would be a great duel. And Pink Penguin, thank you for the $2 donation. Please let Yumu get good treatment. 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 Manifesting it with my penguin powers.
Woo!
Right, let's go.
Do I agree? Absolutely.
Yes.
Is it going to happen?
Absolutely not.
And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. To everybody that donated, super chatted, seriously, thank you so much. Calibro, Pete, Nick T, thank you guys. Follow Dredger as well. All their links are down below. This has been Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy 8's episodes 110 and 111, reestablishing contact. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next week, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take
Good
care,
night,
guys.
guys.
Good night.